Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We are here, we are live. It is the precipice of another game week, and I'm joined as ever for the game week deadline stream with my co-pilot, Harry Trades. Harry, good to see you, my man. Twice in 1 week. We're blessed.
Yeah, no, it's always a good week if I'm seeing Quinny twice in 1 week. That's just the bottom line. But no, it was good. Lovely to see you again. And just getting ready for another big weekend of football.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big one, and it's kind of creeped up on both of us. You know, obviously we had the Sorare community experience in Anfield on Wednesday, which was great. Kind of started on Tuesday for us, but which had a few stories of its own towards towards the end of the night, to say the least. Which is all good crack. But then, you know, yesterday, Harry, we had some key quality. And, you know, I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again, and I think you can back me up on this. You don't know what I'm about to say, right? We were with Dan for basically 2 days, and there was not a sniff of anything this cool coming out, you know? It was kind of like, oh, there's a wee roadmap update thing. You know, that was kind of it, nonchalant, kind of, oh, it's nothing major. So fair play to Dan. But, you know, big announcement out yesterday, and then we wake up today, and it's like, deadline stream is on now already. Jesus, Harry, where has the time went, and what is even happening this weekend, you know?
Mental, mate. Honestly, the last couple of days have been a bit of a whirlwind, haven't they, for both of us? I guess obviously traveling down to Liverpool, up to Liverpool, and getting back. When did we get back? Wednesday. I got back Wednesday night. You got back Wednesday night as well. But I thought, because when we were speaking to Dan on the Tuesday night, when he mentioned that there was going to be an update of some sort over the next couple of days, I presume like the date, like I presume Wednesday, the day we played at Anfield, but it wasn't, was it? And I was waiting all day, like, you know, when this update going to happen? Or when, you know, if there's going to be an announcement or whatever, and there wasn't. Obviously, it came yesterday, Thursday. Caught me off guard in that sense. And Dan didn't give us anything, did he? Like you said, he mentioned the word roadmap. I asked him, I said club shop. He said no, not yet. And that was it. We didn't really chat anymore, you know, about that. But he said it was, you know, exciting and whatever. And we just, you know, took that as what it was. And I mean, yeah, he wasn't lying. It is pretty cool. I mean, I haven't read it like in depth yet. I know, you know, I saw the scoring sort of matrix for it and how it's going to work and stuff. And I can understand the logistics behind it. But no, it's cool, man. It's another thing that I didn't think of, but like I just didn't see coming right now, you know. You know, we've always spoke about collectability, and it has to be, you know, we need it to be or have a bigger part in the game, 100%. But in this form, I don't think many people would have seen that coming. Neither would have they saw the list or play coming in that form either. So, you know, there's people in these jobs for reasons, you know, and we're here for a reason as well. So, you know, there's people behind these things that I'd hope and I imagine, know what they're doing. And I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. It's really exciting. It just adds a completely new dynamic to the game. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I was pretty buzzing chewing over the announcement. We'll get so in the stream today for everyone that's with us, nice and prompt. There's 40, 50 Sorare scouts and managers from around the world, Harry, that are here rapid, that are here for the beginning of the deadline stream. Then after all the juicy news and want to know all the bits and pieces, fist bumps to them all. We had first of all coming in here DJ Calkin, and he became a foundation member of FC Barcelona and Mass Sorare Club for £2 a month, 50p a week, and he'll be joining the member streams. Full access now, of course, to all the other member content, and links to do that is on the membership tab on the channel homepage. It might be in the description of this, I can't remember. But DJ Calkin, fist bump, welcome to the club, my man. Thanks very much for your support, really appreciate it. We've also got Sopsy, we've got Ricky Lomas, we've got Tatos Sorare, we've got Sam Deering in the house, Craig Hansen, Ashley Bowers, Lee Nichols, Mr. Woods, Jonathan Gargi, Harry Trades in the chat, as always, love it. SR Monkey, the patron saint of FC Barcelona, has gifted us with a giveaway card again already this week. Thoughts and prayers and best wishes, of course, are all going out to everyone with SR Monkey and his family and all the rest of it. Thanks a lot for joining us today, buddy. Means a lot. And his generosity as patron saint of FC Barcelona knows no bounds, even in this time of personal, crisis and stuff, so thanks very much, mate. But we've got a limited Matt O'Reilly to give away in the stream today, and we're going to give that away. We'll give that away in the stream. I'm not too sure how we'll do it just yet. We'll work that out in a minute. But guys, for me to work that out, we need to get the likes up first of all. We need to get better at get the phone out of the pocket for 2 seconds, smash that like button. There's about 50, maybe going on 60 now. If we can get the likes up there, let's get into what's our first kind of number that we like that's quite low. We're at 15 now. Let's say if we could get to, let's say 46. If we could get to 46, that would be funny. And then we can talk about that again. But then we've got Jay Blaze, Shakal, good to see you. Ian Sorare, Sam D, which is not Sam Deering, but another Sam. Connor Aspel, good to see you. And Ross McCabe, who's joined us briefly. Sorare Raoul, good to see you in the house, my man. Thanks a lot for joining us. So we will go over the announcement, Harry, that came out yesterday. And I did my kind of initial unboxing stuff. But, you sleep on these things, you chew them over, you talk to people, and then, so we'll batter that around a little bit, which will be good fun today. As usual, we'll go through the main movers and shakers across the game week. Who do you need to avoid? Who should you double down on? Etc. etc. Prize pools, what's on offer? And part of the announcement, Harry, I made a bit of a joke about it in my tweet, right? But there's money for training now, which is like, it's just a bit of a sweepstake kind of vibe for me, but it's like, and again, we'll get to it. But if you've got a playing goalkeeper, there's maybe a, maybe a different dilemma you've got for the final team, if that makes sense. Because anyway, we can get to that. And there was something else. Oh yeah, of course, Liverpool. We can have a bit of banter about that, of course, Harry. Because when I was doing the stream last night, and when I was talking, we did a member stream yesterday. So if you want to go check that out, DJ, then that's on from yesterday for all the members. But I did say there's going to be a lot of great videos and a lot of great content coming out of the Liverpool experience. Yours in particular is definitely in the top 2, 3, definitely top 2 of ones I'm looking forward to see when it comes out in total. I don't want to give away any of it, of course, but I'll leave that to you if you're up for it, kind of thing, But Wednesday we had an absolute great time, and what was it like for you outside of not spoiling anything you're going to do, of course,
No, to be fair, I mean, I appreciate you not sort of saying anything, but I mentioned it on Twitter yesterday, like what my video idea was, to be honest. I'm not really like scared to sort of put that out there, I guess, but no, the actual, and we'll get into it, but the day itself, man, oh my God, just like, it just feels surreal, doesn't it? I don't know how you feel, but I don't know. It's hard to comprehend that I've just played at a Premier League football ground. Like, it's good enough going to watch a game at a Premier League ground, that's for some people who are maybe not living in the UK, maybe a more bigger thing, if that makes sense. But even as somebody living in the UK that doesn't support a Premier League like team, it's incredible, to see and just to be in the stadium, if that makes sense. But to actually play on the field or pitch of a ground like Anfield, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just really hard to wrap my head around. So I was thinking, like, how many people get the chance to do that outside of being a professional footballer? I know they do like things in the summer where you can like bid and play. I think Stitch was telling me he's played at Old Trafford a couple of times. You have to pay like X amount of money or whatever. But like, to be able to go and play at a Premier League ground, and then something personal to me, to go and score a goal. I don't know how many people can say they've done that isn't a footballer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. It's just hard to it's hard to wrap my head around, mate, to be honest. It's weird. But the video idea is going to be really cool. I'm going to try and score my Sorare score, basically, as if I was a Sorare card in that 50-minute game that we had. I had a little GoPro on, gone through some of the footage. It's annoying, I didn't actually get the goal itself, so luckily yourself and so like I've got it. No, like it was facing, because I was playing at the back, so I weren't really getting into contact with much people. And if I would have, I think the GoPro would have like to flop down a little bit, if that makes sense. So obviously it was like here. It would have been facing down a few times if I was moving too much. And I think on that little mazy run, definitely, I've seen the footage on that little run I went on, it did end up like facing the floor more than it did up, if that makes sense. So I haven't got, I haven't really got it. Yeah, you can't really see it too much. You can see me kick the ball, but you can't really see where it goes and whatever. You've got the sound and stuff. But other than that, I've got a 50-minute game recorded where I'm going to, try and score my game. I don't know. I mean, I've got a decent idea of how I've scored because, the decisive and stuff. I don't know all the AA stuff. So that'll be fun to just go back and look over and stuff. But that's basically, the video idea that I'm going to be coming out in the next week or so, hopefully, after I've ciphered through all the footage. But, mate, I don't know how you feel, mate, but it was just surreal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was crazy. And James Rendell's got it right. James Rendell's also seen the highlights. He's had them on repeat because he knows the song. because you went in the back, mate, and it was just like I was off taking my breather for two
Were
minutes,
you? You're
and
not on the pitch, were you, when it happened?
not at that point, mate. So I had a good view of it, mate, and it was like you got the ball from the back, and it was like you're like, right, I need to fucking score on this pitch, and it's like I've got the ball now, and you just got yourself to the edge of the box, and you're like, right, I'm shooting now, just get it on target, and it was a curler, and
Hit
the
and
angle
hope,
I've got the
mate.
footage from. You see the ball, you see a lovely flight of the ball. It's a wee bit more zoomed out than the footage you've seen already. It's
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
the same angle, but because it's a wee bit more further out, you see the ball a bit more, like how cleanly it does go up and hit the into the top corner kind of thing.
It was lucky. I was telling, like, obviously we were speaking about in the game, but like they had a big, 10 balls, let's say, in a ball bag that we were all playing with before the game, and then we used an accumulation of them for the game. But a couple of them were like flyaways, not
Aye.
flyaways, but they just
Dead
weren't like
soft, weren't
proper
they?
balls. Yeah, so like luckily the ball I did shoot with wasn't one of them, because if it was, I think that would have went to Rosette easy, you
Yeah.
know, easy. So luckily it was a good ball, and yeah, it was just one of them where I just saw, I looked up like a split second. I was like, I'm going to have to hit this. I can't run any further. I've just ran like 30, 40 yards from center half. I'm done. Got no legs left. Let me just whack it. And I've hit it. And obviously, yeah, I just couldn't believe it went in, to be honest. Genuinely. Because that was my only shot of the game. I didn't shoot. Obviously, like you said, I just played center half. So I don't think I shot. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't shoot. I can tell you for a fact I didn't.
Lots of passes, but
Lots of passes. Because I
lots of
think
final third passes.
that run started from like a bit of an interception, I think. Like I
Or
think the
was
right
it?
back on the other, yeah, one of the right back tried to pass the ball down the line, and I've like stepped in, if that makes sense, and come to collect it. And I did, and I just didn't pass, basically. I just went on a
I
little
thought it came
mazy.
from a throw in, mate. I said to Fiago afterwards, I was like, oh,
Nah,
if you wanted to be spawny, I'm pretty sure you threw the ball to Harry and then he went on that run. And he's like, no, I
nah.
didn't. And I
Somebody,
was like,
I
mate,
think
I
it
could have
was
swore.
Tom. I
Was
think
it?
it was Tom C that passed it down the line because he was playing right back for the other team. And I think I just came in. I just read it. I could see it was coming my way rather than going down the line. It came inside, and I just started going on a little run or whatever. But yeah, no, incredible. Just I don't know. I just don't think will I get okay. When I have a kid, maybe or yes, but and maybe marriage. But am I going to get a better day than that, Quinny? Genuinely now. No, no, I'm serious. So like, I'm
Well,
genuinely
mate,
serious.
depends
It
depends
might be
what
hard to
collection you
top.
build, mate. Well, if you get a few Boca cards, you can go play in the Bombonera next season, or
That'd be
something
cool.
like that. So it
That
depends
would
what
be
collection
cool.
you build. Because if you,
True.
mate, you heard it from Dan, not only when we met him, but all the correspondence you've seen go on the internet since we did the Liverpool experiences. Like the collectors will get this stuff next time,
Yeah.
or the guys that win competitions, or this isn't going to be us just guaranteed to be able to do this every time
Yeah.
because they like us or whatever. This is just it's one of those ones where is they're in a situation every season of they get seasonal allocations, and it's kind of like they've got too much stuff, they don't know how to get rid of it all, and it was just a great
Basically.
for us
Yeah.
being
That
there as a kind of community thank you kind of thing, and then everyone
100%.
else. I'll say
We're
this on content
collectors.
so
Yeah.
everyone can hear it. Yep, there was a lot of guys there that had like 20 limited cards or something like that, and they're like 17 of them are Liverpool cards. That was the
Yeah.
sort of criteria and some of the parameters that they exercised to try and identify people to invite here, and it's like
100%.
you'll definitely see there's tons of people there with a camera and you would know their name and their face somewhere. But like again, like the Liverpool team for the majority of it, like it's lovely to meet everyone, but they were just Liverpool players on Sorare for
Yeah.
the most part, and that was class.
That's what
But
someone. Yeah, like someone said on to me on Twitter, they were like, why is this just content creators there? I'm like, well,
there you
it's
go.
not. We're just probably the ones just posting about it. Like there was 30 odd people there, like you just
Yeah,
said. I'd say we were in the minority, if we're being honest, in terms of numbers. I'd say there was more Liverpool collectors than there were.
yeah,
It'd be close, but it was like I'd say it would sway in their favor personally. But
yeah,
regardless, it doesn't matter. They're not going to be posting about it. Like that's just not what they do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's not what they're there for. They're there to experience stuff and whatever. And yeah, no, it was great. But I was just on the same point. I got speaking to like one of like the guy who works for Liverpool that's in charge of the Sorare deal, if that makes like the partnership between Sorare and Liverpool. His name was Connor. He was the one like coming into the change room. I don't know if you can
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
I gave him the Jaffa cakes. I can't
Yeah,
remember the
yeah.
Jaffa cake.
Jaffa
Yeah,
cake guy. Yeah, yeah.
Jaffa cake guy. He owes me 6 Jaffa cakes, by the way, Con. So if you're watching,
He's a
but no,
legend, by the way. Cool guy.
yeah, wicked guy. And he was just saying like, yeah, this is the first thing we've done, if that makes sense. Like, it was not short notice, but it wasn't like you said. We didn't have time to like get it into an actual event in terms of like on the Sorare sort of divisions or like a
Yeah.
the give whatever, right? It was just like one of them things that popped up. It was available, and I think Dan Sorare looks like they just just jumped at the chance and obviously tried to sort of accumulate people to come as quick as possible and whatever. But he was saying, obviously, we've got a new league next year. You know what I'm saying? Like new sort of Premier League season, August, whatever it's going to be. And like, yeah, it just seemed like their plans. He didn't give me like, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But it just seems like that they're going to ramp things up in terms of, that was just Liverpool. Never mind the other 20 clubs they got on the, do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just one team. Never mind the God, like, we know how many licenses they got. The leagues, like, it's just ridiculous. So, stay patient. I mean, there's going to be loads and loads of opportunities coming up. And it's just like you said, this is the new. I was listening to you and Stish yesterday in bed on the podcast, and just like how you were saying, it's just like, it was just it was just you were saying like this is like the new sort of era of or new generation of a football fan, if that makes, or like the hyper engaged sort of collecting sports or football fan is now being or can be rewarded in ways that just never existed before. The barrier to entry and the connection to these people / players / clubs / stadiums is just so much closer. Like you can almost touch them basically, or you can touch them if you get the chance to, if you win the chance or whatever. So it's like, I don't know, this is just, I don't think we really appreciate how crazy it is. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, because we're living it, you never appreciate what you have, if that makes sense. And it's just one of them things where if it got taken away, we'd be like, fuck, remember that Sorare thing that like people will go into fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would just be hard to,
I think for me, this really cements the whole, like, that they are the football fans of all this, because see the stuff that they get, it's not that they're getting this stuff because they're special people. All this stuff that they get is because they're like, so all this stuff that they get access to in that sense that they give away to us, and that there's other stuff on the platform that's, let's just say native, right? But all this other stuff we're talking about, right? Normally, what would happen is like that stuff gets offered to MasterCard and American Express and Carlsberg and whatever, and then maybe they do a giveaway on Twitter or something like that, or on their website, or maybe they give it to the board of directors and they can just go every week to the fancy box or the fancy tickets, or maybe a charity gets some access to it or something like that. Maybe the club needs to give some, so Sorare is the first kind of people that comes into this who are football fans and want football fans to have these things. And obviously then they have a game, which is the vehicle of delivery, so like, it's just finally, we've got somebody in the leagues and in the clubs get all the signed stuff and then give it to people that really want it, rather than like, putting on eBay for auctions and it's just like big mad collectors that will go and pay over the odds for it. Or then you're buying stuff and it's cheaper and you're worried about if it's real or not, or want to travel to games and back, where do you get tickets? Anyway, all that kind of stuff. So, for me, it's totally like it's a 360 thing. Everything I was saying in that podcast, I totally back up still. But I felt really bad that announcement came out after the podcast, because I think that it links in so tightly.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Because with the collective side of things, because people were making jokes and all that when we were there, but like after you see that, it is like, right, okay, well, what stadium would you actually like to go to? Because you better buy some cards in case they've got it, Because, and again, I'm inferring this, right, from just things you heard and seen the whole time we were down there, but like that's on Sorare's contract to have that Liverpool stadium experience, and like you say, it was a very short notice, mash and bash them together thing. There is obviously only so many opportunities Liverpool would probably have in their calendar to allow punters into the stadium to play at 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was. Yeah. And Dan told us that he didn't personally know that was in the contract. Like, kind of thing.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
If you know what I mean, other people maybe knew or whatever, but him personally didn't, And it was kind of like, oh, Dan, by the way, we have this, and the only slot available is going to be,
next
the
week.
9th of May. Yeah. Deal with it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
100%.
Obviously coming into this season as well, like you're saying, all these ducks should be much better lined up, and the amount of stuff. Like, mate, see those shine shirts? Obviously, you got one for Man the Match, and so did the guy from Cop TV. But there was about 20 of them there.
Yeah. I think it was 10 signed and then like 10 non-signed. Yeah, it was.
They were just in a box.
Yeah,
it was just like, it was like a multi-bag of celebrations or something. It was just,
100%. No, it's mad, mate.
Like you said, that's just Liverpool. That's just one place in one league or whatever. So, like, in line with the bonus, it feels natural to maybe segue into this before we go to the game week, right?
Yeah.
We've got 84 of these here. We've got a nice, shiny, limited Matt O'Reilly to give away. Probably the best thing that helps the stream today is probably the Twitter post. So if you can find me on Twitter at Quinny3001, Make sure you're following, of course. But drop a like and a retweet on that. And if you can, like, drop a wee reply to it, like, party time, blah, de blah, can't wait for the game week, high fives and all that good stuff. It would make me happy to read those messages. So if you want to leave them, log yourself out. Make me happy. But if you want to enter the giveaway, like and retweet, drop a follow, and we'll give that away before the deadline. So you can have Matt O'Reilly, who will be playing Rangers, in my opinion. He will be starting, and he is 100 capable of a midfielder. So you will want to win this. So Quinny3001 on Twitter. The tweet for today, the actual tweet with the link and the chest and the wee emojis and stuff, like, share and retweet. You guys here will know the script. There's 79 of you here. We're at 36 likes. We didn't quite get to 46. Can we get to 50? Can we get to 50? So, Harry, the best place to probably segue into before we get to the matchups and such is a little bit of the strategy that comes, or maybe not the strategy, but the chat that comes with now having a big sweaty collection like this that is got, like, I did the maths on the member stream last night. This New York collection is now at 900 point value on that matrix. So all these NYCFC cards are on 5% bonus.
Wow.
All of them. So I've got Heber, who's at Seattle. I've got Castellanos, who's in Spain. I've got, obviously, guys still at NYC, which is cool. I've got Maxi Morales that people were laughing about, who is like a massive part of that 900 points. And he's playing. He's expected to play this week. He got an assist at the weekend or in the midweek.
Ooh, okay.
And he's going to be carrying an extra 5% for the little window of utility that we will have with him. That's quite cool. And then I've got guys still at NYC and a few other places and whatever. But there's a lot of decisions. There's a lot of maths that kind of comes into this now, doesn't there?
So I know, I'm just, you're showing the cards there. That limited doesn't make a difference, though, does it? It's just like the
that's just in
rares.
the folder. Yeah,
Got you.
that's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
in the folder.
Okay, another question. So the 5%
Yep.
is, say if you've maxed out Castellanos is 10% on the rare card. Does that mean that 5% extra? So we're talking 15% on the card. Fucking hell, it's massive, that, isn't it?
It's a big difference, and that's at each scarcity. It's available for whatever.
Yeah. So now each card can basically get, like, a super rare could get 35%. I know it could anyway, but, like, this is a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
This is total. This is a new, like, I was calling it on the member stream last night. It's like a new attachment. It's a new thing in the game.
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
New. Similar to other things we've seen, but this is completely new and a totally new add-on.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, obviously, when and if the XP gets brought into cap modes more than they do right now. Obviously, we got in cap 270, right? I don't think there's XP in cap 220, and obviously there's definitely not in cap 240. How is that gonna, like, that's a massive advantage, right, Quinn? If you got 5 New York City guys, they're all on 5% each, more, you're looking at, like, you just walk. I mean, I don't know how the cap 240 is going to work. I don't know if they're going to allow, they might, I don't know. I can't see them allowing 15% cards in that cap 240. If I'm being honest, I don't know how they're not going to. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that's just like, I know it's hard to get. Don't get me wrong. There's not many people out there like you that have that many, rare cards of one team, and that's obviously the goal of this now, is to build those, and I get it, but I still think that would just be ridiculous. No, I don't know, maybe I'm being, because going from no XP to 15, or like the possibility of 15 on each card in the cap 240 seems a bit crazy to me. I don't know, maybe I'm being pessimistic.
There's probably nothing stopping them, because you notice with the cap 270s, even when you go into super rare, you only see them go from 0 to 9 or 0 to 10 even. You don't see the super rare element of it. So maybe they could exclude collection bonus from 240 if it was going to be a problem. But I even think at that point, maybe there's room for it, because theoretically, like, how many collections can be created out of these teams? Because not all of them get special editions, not all of them get, in some cases, jersey numbers are quite rare,
What is the threshold for 5%? How many points? I know you said 900.
750.
Okay, 750. Okay. And does duplicate cards count? So, like, if I have no. Okay.
So if you get, like, if you get Rio Hatate 1 of 100, you get Rio Hatate 42 of 100 or whatever his number is, and then you've got Rio Hatate Champion Edition card. Okay. And you've get you'll only get the one that's the most valuable.
Wow. So there's no point having a special edition card and its normal card, basically.
Unless you want to play it in 2 divisions.
Unless you, of course, yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure if both of them will still get the bonus, but only one of them will count towards this bar, Okay. And the most powerful one is a number 1 or a jersey. So the serial numbers are the most important thing.
So I have the 10 Yeah, what do I have? I have Jersey Mint, Jesus Ferreira, first owned. What's
Right,
that
okay.
getting me?
That's going to be like 80 points, which by
Okay,
itself, you would need 100 points to get to 2%.
got you. So I need to buy a Paxton Pommical basically of the same year
Yep. And then
to
hold it.
go with my
That's it.
Jesus
It
because I
doesn't need to
already
be
have a
anything
Paxton.
because you only need 20 points and you would get 10 points for
Ah,
collected card and you'd get 10 points for held for 90 days. So it could be
got you.
any Paxton in the same year, but you just need to hold it
Oh,
for 3 months. You'll
same
get your
year,
20
yeah.
points and you'll get 2%.
Got you. Because I have a new Paxton that I won like 2 weeks ago, if that makes sense. So I would need to basically swap that out for an old one. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Got you.
But
Okay.
maybe doing that right now doesn't do you any benefit. If you've got an in-season bonus on that Paxton, maybe that's
True. Good point.
maybe short term. You don't need to do that right now
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. Didn't think of that. Yeah. I like it.
because
I
you'd be
like
gaining
it.
2% on Ferreira to lose 5% on Pomical.
Exactly. As long, yeah. And if I'm playing him outside a cap right now, that's like a
Yeah.
negative, isn't it? Okay. Interesting.
Now
Yeah.
rookies
No,
do not count as special edition, and people are asking now about launch edition. I would say no, they will not
no,
count.
yeah. No chance will launch edition count. No,
No,
no.
we're talking about Champion Edition, we're talking Golden Boy. And if we go onto
Yeah.
the market, so let's see, manager sales. There's then, this has been here for ages anyway, but there's a card edition filter over here on the left. And I think basically all of these, except for rookie, will come in. Maybe normal ticket edition, I would be skeptical on. Legend, I would be skeptical on as well. But the other ones, Champion Edition, Golden Boy, Player Edition, Player of the Year, these things should definitely come into it. You know.
Okay. Yes, I mean, like as a player that just basically plays, under 23 with the sprinkle of capped, like this. I was saying to you before stream, like I can't see this. I can't see me wanting to build like massive New York City collections like you have because it just doesn't really make sense for me. And like, I know you said like yeah, you go to Sal's, but there's certain teams that do have a lot of under 23s. But I think like the extent of my building is probably going to be like 5 players from one team. For example, Vinny, Rodrigo, Camavinga, Tchouaméni. You know what I'm saying? Like, and hoping to get something out of those 4 or 5 players because there's not enough teams out. There's no teams out there with like 10 under 23 players that I would like, apart from Salzburg probably, that I would go out and actually want to keep. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's yeah. So for under 23s, that does become difficult. NYC, a lot of them are under 23, by the way.
There
If you want
is,
to try and get
yeah,
cards for this season,
true,
then
good
good
point.
luck. Um,
Yeah,
but
no, that's a
I'm
good
also
point.
not going for them. I've got mine. I've got mine.
Yeah,
My season does me.
hundred
I'm
percent.
happy enough with that. But it means any new season cards I get, they don't get access to that bonus.
Of
It's
course.
only those ones,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
contained in
Yeah.
that scarcity in that season.
But does that put you off buying more New York cards from the new season in a weird way?
So this is a very interesting question, and this is what brings me to my kind of Celtic cards, guys. We're at 44 likes. Come on, let's get to 50. There's about 80 to 90 Sorare scouts and managers, heroes from around the world here. Fist bump tees, because so when I look at my Celtic cards, right, this is probably a good visual for this problem, right? So for like as you can quickly see, I've got a few different seasons and a few different scarcities, and then I've got even non-Celtic shirted cards, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of complicated stuff going on here. Now, these some of these cards have turned into absolute godsends, like Tom Rogic, Beaton, Forest. I'm first owner on them all. I paid nothing for them. They're champion edition cards
Mm,
as well. And so they now for that season, I've got like 4 or 5 champion edition cards from that season that are all gash. James McCarthy, Scott Bain, James Forrest, 5. So that
yeah.
season's jacked up, right, with points. But the only cards I'll actually be playing that I have from that season is Taylor and Hart. So me
Mm,
having this Dyson and this Kyogo is very much now a problem, if that makes sense. For this current season, I've been quite fortunate. I've got one of first owner Aaron Moy, and I got jersey number Matt O'Reilly last week for a tenner of a trade, on the normal one. And
yeah.
I've got a Bernabe for this season as well, who's on our card, because card collected, even just a card, it goes in for 10 points, and then you'll get your
Mhm.
90-day bonus for 20 points. So even just having something in the year will help. So I've got bits and pieces on the rares, and then with super rares, I only have either non-shirted ones, like these Japanese ones, or last season's, and none of my last seasons except Kyogo is a first owner. So it then makes it's all quite complex. There's going to be a lot of surgery, I think, going on with Like some of the cards I don't care about sentimentally, you know, like the Kyogo and the Dyson are the big ones. I don't really, I like them. They're almost at level 20. I'd like to just keep them so rare wise. But if it is going to cost me, like I could have Kyogo and Dyson Maeda with an extra 3%.
Yeah.
Like that, the snap of a finger. Why wouldn't I have that? Of course I'm going to have that.
Of
You know,
course. Yeah.
I'd be crazy not to have it, you know. So yeah, it's a funny problem. But the Jota I want, and this is another problem, right? Or another thing I'll throw at you, right?
Hmm.
The Jota is like a first owner, but it's not a one owner because obviously I sold it and I went and bought it back again. So I'm waiting for Nick to clarify on what is the script here, because if I've got a first owner Jota here, I also have a first owner Rio over there as well. Then I might. So for example, is there then a strategy to be had for me where, because I know this year of Benfica cards, let's have a quick peek at them, Harry, right?
Surely it goes off what the player's wearing in that kit, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
It goes on the card, yeah. So
Yeah,
let's
but
say
your
rare,
Jota's a Benfica card, so surely that has no effect on any Celtic situations,
exactly. But
unless
if
you
I,
bought unless you buy Benfica cards, right? From that
exactly,
year. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Got you.
But then to get, so what would I, so is there anyone in that season, and this is just a thought experiment, you know,
Yeah.
is there anyone in that season who could be useful to me? Uh,
Like Florentino Luis has a card that year.
Ruben Diaz,
Ruben Diaz does as well.
Ferro,
Ferro does, yeah. There'll be quite a few. I'm trying to
Thomas
think.
Tabernes,
Jean Mario might. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't.
Pizzi.
Pizzi, yeah.
There's a few guys here that will still play and still score. This guy, Carlos Vinicius, is in the Premier League, I think, isn't he?
Yeah,
Aris
plays for
Seferovic
Fulham.
is at Celta Vigo. Julian Weigl, I think, is back in the Bundesliga. So, like, maybe not all these guys would excite me, but Ruben Diaz, that becomes more appealing to me all of a sudden, and so does
Course.
Ferro. Ferro
Yeah.
and Ruben Diaz are now way more appealing to me all of a sudden because it's like, wow, I've got potentially a first owner Jota there, which is going to be worth some points. And
Yeah.
then even just getting any cut of those guys, maybe I could have all of them running on a 2% kick, you know,
Hmm.
which is
Yeah.
something because they're all good players. And that's a nice 2% for a good player to have that I have because I have that Jota, you
Yeah,
know.
no, it makes cards that might not be worth anything worth something. It does, like in a lot of ways now.
And then, yeah, is there any trash ones that
But
I
the
could
problem
buy?
is, I have
Who?
OCD, and I don't like having like cards in my gallery that I don't really want. So I want to fit. I want some sort of filter that filters out cards that I don't want to see anymore, and
Yeah.
just have them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I saw Professor Tekkas buy a load of those Romelu like teammates that are worth like £3, but like obviously they might be worth a lot more now. But I don't want to see them in my gallery with like the red X. Like that just pissed me off. I got to be honest. Like I just don't like that aesthetically. That isn't pleasing. I know it's about building a gallery and whatever, but everyone has needs and wants, and mine wouldn't be to own the like you said. I'd love to have for you, and if I was a Jota, owner of the Benfica card, I'd love to have a Ruben Diaz from the same year. That makes a lot of
And
sense.
he's a City card. That's double
And
fun.
it's like a double bubble, but like I just don't want to be buying like a load of dross. Like,
Sure.
do you know what I mean? But it ain't dross because it does have some sort of bonus attached to it. I
It
get
doesn't
it,
need to
but
be something you do with every card, but
of
maybe there's
course,
like, oh, this one actually makes sense, you know,
yeah, yeah,
where, and then maybe there's a gallery that, or maybe there's a club that you would naturally then just discover, oh, do you know what, by the way, I could just buy, like some of these guys are 50 and 70 quid, right? But imagine these guys were like 8 quid and 9 quid.
yeah,
I'd be mad not to just go buy a bunch of them,
of course.
you know, for
That's
like
what
50
Tekkas
quid.
did. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
said that in the comments. Yeah.
Hmm. I
Tekker's
agree,
done it. That's cool.
100%.
I seen a comment I wanted to pick up. Alex is asking about filtering, right? So when you're on the market, when you filter by team, it's the team that's in the card, as you can see here, because Jota comes up on the filter and he plays the
Yeah.
Celtic. And I've had this problem before because I always look for Celtic and New York cards anyway. But current club is what you want to go to if you're after, like, even guys, like you want Jota to show in the Celtic search from Benfica, you don't care about that kind of thing. The
Yeah.
current club filter is the one you want for those differences. So yeah, it is there. Great question, Alex. And then if Techers has done that as well, yeah. So like I kind of thought that same thing with the Champion Edition cards when I realised how cheap they were. It's like, wow, even if you did just have a Celtic collection, you could just go buy a McCarthy, a Bain, all the backup guys that are red X's for like a
Mhm.
couple of, and power up your Kyogo or something. So
One more thing I want to add. So like I've got this Alan Varela, right? It's on 32% as a super because it's got 5% 2022-23 bonus, 7% XP bonus, 20% scarcity. So are we saying that this card could technically get to 40%?
yeah,
It could, right?
yeah,
In a weird way, if they didn't bring out new Boca cards before the
uh huh.
um
It's an additional. So I knew 5% would go on top.
Jesus, I don't know. Does that? 40% is 40% a unique.
It's a run, isn't it, man?
Yeah, but then it must be much harder to get as a super rare, right?
Yeah, so there's
Like
only
that
10.
5%.
So there's less jersey mints available.
Of
The
course.
one-offs will be, who owns the one-offs already,
I've got
Special
the two
editions,
of,
how many special edition super rares have they made?
not many at all.
So the super rare level will be very difficult to put
So
together.
that's so annoying. I got a 2 of 10 Nico. I've got a 2 of 10 Alan Varela, 2 of 10 João Mario, 2 of 10 Arakai, who I actually won. That would have been nice if he was 1 of 10 and first own. That's annoying. Yeah. So you won 1 of, okay, so I have a 1 of 10 Jorbe Vertessen, super rare.
Nice.
I have a 1 of 10 Igor Lezchuk, but that's not really going to matter. I tell you what I do have, Quinny. I have, that Jota card that you just showed.
Yep.
I have the Florentino Luis super rare in that year, if that makes sense. I know that's not going to matter for your rare Jota, but it would matter for like a super rare Jota in that year, right?
It definitely would
Yeah.
matter. Yeah, 100%.
Interesting.
So that's got a bit of an appeal. So whoever's bidding on that better check what they've got in their gallery,
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay. You know what, man? I do crave, and I maybe like I don't. I was when Stitch was saying yesterday, like the Sorare want us on Sorare all the time. Probably, well, yeah, but it's only for auctions. But now, like, it just feels like my brain has to like compute more things, if that makes sense. With this complex, like, it's just more complicated, and I think I've been crying out for that in a weird way. Because like the game is quite simple in the sense, like if you've got a gallery, you just plug and play, or unless you've got an injury. Like it's not simple, but it is, right? Now
Yeah.
I just feel like there's just a weirdly funky dynamic to it where like this does tap into some people's like needs, if that makes sense, in terms of how they get their brain going. And I think this is it's gimmicky, but there's like a means to an end, if that makes sense, because there is SO5 utility / advantages to be had, and that's what we want to do, right? We want to get better at this. Yeah, no, it's cool, man. I think it's great. It is great. It is really, really cool.
The one thing that I'm fearful of forgetting in the future is a jersey number off auction, because the win off auction makes you first owner, and
Got
then
you. Yeah.
that card will then slide in as 80 points onto this bar, which is, as one card, a huge
It's massive. Yeah.
a
Is that
huge
the
kick.
max you can get of one card, if that makes sense?
I think my Maxi Morales is the strongest one card can be. So that is
Special edition.
everything there on screen except for number one.
And it's not first owned though, right?
It's not first owned. That's right, actually. Yeah, sorry, it's not.
So maybe it's back down. Is that back down to 80? Is it? I don't know.
So no. So special edition 50.
Okay.
That alone is 90 points.
Oh,
That
wow.
Maxi Morales,
Jesus.
90.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, those specials, yeah, they're really cool in terms of the
Because
the
that
points.
special is also his jersey. That's just a lucky coincidence for me.
And then random, okay, like stupid question, but how is this going to work with uniques?
Doesn't.
Doesn't at all.
So there's a few asterisks here. So number one serial obviously doesn't apply to uniques, and jersey
Okay.
number doesn't apply to uniques. So number one goalkeeper unique thing or whatever, that's not going to happen.
Okay. So it's just like just stacking team, like players from the same team, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's no because there's no special edition uniques, is there? Or am I being stupid? There's
I
not,
don't
is
think
there?
there would be.
No.
I don't think there would be.
Right. Okay. So it's less sort of. Yeah, I guess it's less cool for uniques, right? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, it doesn't really affect uniques, is it? And it maybe gives a super rare a bit more of a chance against a unique if you're a
Okay.
player,
So does that devalue uniques in a weird way compared to supers?
Maybe in the D2 setting, if you were a stacker of, like, you could run 5 supers. Like, so what I was looking at is something I maybe need to think about is I currently have let's see. I currently have 4 Getafe super rares. None of them are anything, right? So they're all just worth 20 points, which gets us to 80 points total, which means they get nothing. So by me owning one more Getafe super from that season will get me to 1% or whatever. Not 2%, sorry, it would be. So like for me, for example, it's like, oh, well, does that 2% really make up for not having a unique? Probably not. But if I did then just go and buy and find some crappy red X super rares maybe from that squad, off a Pavel or something, then
Okay.
maybe I could get all those guys up to 5%, and then maybe who cares about not having a unique? I've got a 5 run of a supers that are on, or even 3 of them that are on the
Mhm.
extra 5% makes up the difference. 2 of them maybe would make up. No, 3 of them would probably be the sweet spot. 3 of them on the extra 5%. Guys you'd actually use for
Yeah.
that kind of build from the back strategy.
Yeah, this does get really not complicated, but just it does get quite
You will get other
intriguing.
bonuses, but in Jonathan's saying, like, you'll never walk alone. Obviously, we still get bonuses on this for having, like, the uniques. Like, if you look at all the other stuff that does just generally apply, like being a first owner, having the collection and the card already, on the unique scale, he'll still slide up on that, but it'll just be at a much slower
Right.
pace,
Got you. Yeah, yeah.
because you've not got
So,
the jerseys to jack it up and stuff,
so you need to be first owner really of these uniques. You need to be.
If you're going to stack, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
maximize that.
That does become tough if you're not.
So many layers now, going on in terms of auction
Yeah,
strategy and.
I don't know, but does it? Yeah, it
But
does.
imagine you
It
pull a
does,
reward that you weren't really that interested in, but it's
but
maybe a
becomes
mad.
interesting
But because it's
because
uh-huh.
yeah, yeah. No, 100%. This is really really intriguing.
So that's not going to happen for another game week or so, and it feels like initially this is why I'm so buzzing, Harry. Right, because this is going to come in on like the 28th of May or something like that. At
Yeah.
which point European football has like one match or something, and then it's just non-EU. And of course, I've got the Power NYC powerhouse, so that bonus is going to come in right on time for my cards to be the only ones in town. So that'll be good fun. But we do have a game week in front of us, Harry boy. I don't know if you want to get us on screen, get us going. So we'll give away Matt O'Reilly, guys. What we'll do is me and Harry will go through the top. What did we do last time? Kind of top 20 matches for the game week.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
We'll kind of judge it time-wise, okay? So we're at 1:45 the now as I read it. The stream's been going for 45 minutes. I want to give the card away in about 45 minutes from now, okay? There's 100 of you here, absolute heroes and legends. We've broke 50 likes. Fist bumps to you all. By the way, thank you very much. You've got no idea the help it does for the channel. Thank you very much. The magic number is 67. We need to get to 67 likes, guys. There's 100 of you here. If you pull your phone out your pocket for 2 seconds, press the wee like button. Goes a long way to helping us out. If you want to get involved to win the Matt O'Reilly, head over to Twitter at Quinny3001. You'll see the tweet for today with all the emojis on it and the link to the video. Like and retweet that to enter and follow, of course, as well. But yeah, that's enough of the announcement for now. I'm sure we'll come back to that on numerous occasions on numerous broadcasts between now and forever, really. But Harry boy, oh wow, we've got a bit of a different top order this week, don't we?
We do, mate. Yes, home central for once.
So it is.
Yeah, I had a little scan earlier, so I haven't done too much digging, but it does seem like from what I'm seeing so far, quite split quite evenly. But I would still say Challenger will be tougher this week than maybe last week or so. Because I think wasn't it last week where we had there was just not that many good matchups, was there? Just overall, I guess, over both sort of or every sort of region. But yeah, PSV at the top at home to Fortuna. I mean, Fortuna aren't like we said. I say this about a lot of teams, but like they're no mugs. But apparently, PSV have the best win probability this weekend. 70% 3 goals scored is insane.
Yeah,
I know we've got Bayern there at 71, but yeah, PSV apparently have the best fixture, and that's good for me because people will be forced to play Pandor in goals, I guess. So hopefully he conceives 3. But yeah, no, PSV should. We say this a lot, every Friday as well. But it should be an easy-ish game, I guess. Your Veermans, your Xavi Simons, and whoever else likes to get in on the action. De Jong's been scoring goals recently, Luke De Jong. So
yep.
Yeah, no, I think this could be it is a very good matchup, and hopefully they can sort of prove that to us, I guess, on the pitch, right?
Yeah, big time. Midfield looks strong with Veerman and Sangar there, with Gus Till kind of spearheading midfield. But yeah, Luke De Jong, L15 of 60, L5 of 68. It's incredible. Xavi Simons, of course, big form. But Fortuna, you look at the team. Pandur's okay. Bistrovic has been around some Sorare circles a few times across Russia, Turkey, and now Holland. And then big Burak Yilmaz up front. The one-man Liga and title-winning machine for Lille only like 2 minutes ago. So it says here 50% chance of a clean sheet. I don't go along with that, but it definitely could be a convincing win for PSV. I could give you that.
100%. Yeah, big Yilmaz hopefully can help help create a bit of an upset tomorrow. But second on our list, Quinny, is PSG, who have had trouble, like I've been saying for the last month or so, it feels like now. Yeah, they have a great fixture on paper, but it just never, they end up winning games, but they never they never seem to keep clean sheets. And that was probably one of the big reasons why I sort of, traded my Donnarumma, even though it was bad timing with the Bazunu thing. But I just knew, like, Donnarumma just doesn't keep clean sheets, guys. It's just one of those things, or PSG don't keep clean sheets for that sake. But I'm guessing, is Messi back, Quinny, is probably the biggest question. I know he's been training.
Play sharper. I've got Messi and Mbappe 90% on to start up front
Okay,
together.
he's in. He's in. Home to Ajaccio. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Does it get any easier on paper? Probably not. I think, are they bottom of the league, Ajaccio?
Third from bottom. But
Okay.
I don't think that's much of a distinction at this point.
No, definitely
basically
not.
the same, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, worry about your Mbappe's. But to be fair, a couple of those midfielders have been scoring well recently. Ruiz, Vitinha's been doing well.
Yep.
Verratti obviously as always, but I guess he hasn't really been scoring as well as he'd like to be. L15 of what's that, 50 there, but I don't know. Yeah. L5 of 61 isn't bad. But yeah, no, I don't know. Their midfielders seem to have I mean, I guess there was no Messi was there last week, so that maybe helped Vitinha a bit. So maybe he might get a bit of a nerve this week. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, well, this just has like 6-0 all over it, doesn't it? Messi and Mbappe sharing the decisives because they don't pass to anyone else. Whenever I watch PSG, they are determined to link up. Mainly from Mbappe, I feel it, but I do feel it both ways that they only really want to play with each other in the final third. So if they're playing together against Ajaccio at home, I'm more than convinced they're both, chalk them up for 80 plus, I think,
100%. Yeah, I am worried about that. And if you're playing champ, I guess, and obviously under 23 like I do, obviously I'm worried about the Mbappe, but I'm worried every week, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. But yeah, PSG stacks could hope. Well, if people are running full PSG stacks, then this is the week that they want them to bang, clean sheet wise and forwards if you've got a Messi and an Mbappe. But I don't know. I don't think we'll see too many. Well, I can't see people like smashing out 5 PSG players because of that reason, because they're just not trustworthy at the back, Quinny. They're really not.
They do make subs as well. Not many guys carry 90 minutes. And for some of these guys, then you're really running the risk on, them not getting it decisive and bumming out on a 42 or something,
Yeah. So yeah, big fixture there for PSG, obviously leading the way for the champ Europe side of things. And then in second, we've got, or closely in second, same percentage of win probabilities is Bayern Munich at home, Quinny, to Schalke. And
that feels like a dream fixture.
It does, doesn't it? How are Schalke getting on in the league? Are they?
They're floundering. They got a good result last weekend, if memory serves. But they're second. They're fourth from bottom.
So they're struggling. They need a win basically. Not that's going to be easy against Bayern, but at least they're playing somebody. I mean, from somebody that's not a Bayern card owner, if that makes sense. At least they're playing somebody that like are fighting for their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't. As a Bayern Munich player, you won't really want to be playing up against a Schalke side that are literally fighting relegation. They're gonna.
This is the problem. This is the problem. But if Schalke beat Bayern, then they help Dortmund, their arch nemesis, in their quest for the Bundesliga.
Interesting. Okay, so they want to draw, basically, is what we're saying.
God knows what they want, but like it might be about what Bayern want. It might be what because I know there's a lot of injuries. We're seeing Gravenberch start. We're seeing Cancelo in at left back. Obviously, still Sommer in goals. Mane's coming into the front three here alongside Coleman and Gnabry. But what Bayern do we think we see? Are Bayern under Tuchel? Are they kicking ass?
I wouldn't say kicking ass. No, they've definitely won games, and they've won games, but they haven't done it convincingly. I draw back to that Mainz defeat a couple of weeks ago and stuff. I don't know. I just think they are prone to being turned over, whether that's home or away. So it is a great fixture, but you still have to. The football is done on the field, not on on pieces of paper on computer screens. So, it's all good and well as saying it's a great fixture, which it is, but ultimately those 11 players on that pitch need to turn up, and it just depends what Bayern you're going to get. Right now, it seems to fluctuate.
Yeah, big time, man. And in the quest for a title, we're talking about PSV and how amazing their game is, but in the quest for the title in pole position is Feyenoord, and they are not too far behind PSV in that ranking, are they?
100%. Go ahead at home. Does it get much easier? I don't know. I'd argue I'd argue this final fixture is probably better than the PSV one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They have more it just seems to me right now, Xavi Simon's gone off the boil a little bit. Like, in terms of who's going to bang in that PSV team, I would say, obviously it's probably Veerman, and then maybe De Jong gets a goal or two, and then maybe Xavi Simons gets an assist or two, is kind of how I would think it. But in this final team, I've got like 5 or 6 probably that could score 75, 80 plus, on a nice clean sheet. And obviously, Koch getting a couple of assists, and Jimenez has been on fire. Idrissi and Paxtau, I think it is, or whatever the wingers name is. I can't see it on the screen because
I would say
Paixão. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'd be a bit more worried about this fixture personally. But yeah, no, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Go Ahead. Away to final, like you said, they want to get this Eredivisie title wrapped up, so they're going to be looking to get this game, done and dusted quite early, I'd hope.
Yeah. Really strong midfield there with Weaver, Kokchu and Szymanski as well, so it could be a really strong AA performance from them. Guys in the live chat were saying earlier, Veerman is 100 capable this game week. That's probably quite right. But any one of these guys, whatever one of them gets a decisive or two, they could be sniffing 100 as well from that midfield in a game like this,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a great top order of fixtures I think we've got there, Harry. Who's number 5? Braga? Yeah.
Yeah, we can dingy Braga. Marseille next against Angers. I mean, I don't know. Again, Marseille have been hot and cold as well.
Yeah, but Angers is.
It is, but they scored against PSV Quinny last week.
They are bottom. They are the bottom team.
They are the bottom team, but I don't know. Sometimes are they down? If that makes sense.
I think so.
Are they?
I'll give you the screen back and I'll check the league table. You can bring it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that comes into play sometimes, but no, yeah, you'd have to fancy a Marseille romp in here. But I don't follow Marseille's players too closely. There's not many under 23s I'm keeping my eye on in that team.
Angers are dead and buried, mate, on 14 points.
Okay, interesting.
But Marseille are sitting in third, 2 points behind Lens.
Yeah, that's big.
And that's the difference between qualifying for the Champions League or group stage qualification automatic. So that's a 6-pointer really for Marseille. They want to just smash. The goal difference is actually a little bit. The goal difference is quite tight here. So what are they? Lens are plus 31.
Yeah.
And Marseille are plus, what would that be then? 28. So Marseille need goals.
Yeah, Marseille do need goals.
I think I've done the maths on that right. Feel free to correct me, guys, but I think that's roughly where we are. They've scored a wee bit more, but they've conceded a lot more, and they've conceded much less. We've scored a little bit less, so yeah, that should stack up. There are a couple of goals behind Lens as well, and Angers. So who's at home? Marseille?
Yeah, Marseille at home.
Marseille at home, 31 goals in 31 goals in 17 games, and Angers away from home have conceded 39 goals in 16 games. 4-2 against Ron. Even Lens beat them 3-0. Montpellier beat them 5-0.
Yeah, it's
that
a Marseille game, isn't it?
Marseille. I love to jinx Marseille as well, so sorry, but I'm kind of famous for that around here. But Marseille could be lit. Really strong team as well. Alexis Sanchez, Vitinha, Cengiz Under, Jonathan Klaus, one of the most fun fullbacks to watch play football, and good backline.
100%. No, it does. Yeah, that does seem like a very, very good fixture. Surprised it's not a little bit higher, maybe going off at Angers sort of
away form.
Yeah, wrongdoings and stuff. But yeah, so another champ team. So what's that? We've got PSG, Bayern, and Marseille is the top 3 champ stacks this week that you're probably gonna have to look out for or use if you have them. And then next up we got Dynamo Zagreb at home to HNK Cybernik, is it? Cybernik? Yeah. I don't follow the Croatian league too much, so
yeah, me either. I was going to say that doesn't look like the team's changed too much. If you want to see the Zagreb team, it is on the screen. I don't think I can really tell you much about it, but
yeah, it'd be nice if you had Joshy Fourth in here.
No, then the place would break.
Yeah, I was just thinking then. As soon as I said that, I was like, actually, we do not want Josh in here.
He'll break it.
He'll break us. And then next up, another challenger team, Quinny, it is Porto at home to Casa Pia.
That should be a clean sheet, eh?
It should, but they're 9th in the league, Casa Pia. I don't think they're. I remember at the start of the season, I think they got. Well, they did. They got promoted last year, or last season, and yeah, they started off really well. Like they were just keeping a lot of clean sheets, and they were sort of holding their own, I guess. But to finish ninth, I mean, they haven't finished yet, but to be ninth in their first time in the top flight again, I imagine is probably a good season for them. But yeah, you'd like to think I'm hoping it's a clean sheet, Quinn. I don't want to jinx it. Obviously, I'm a Costa owner, but yeah, I hope it's a clean sheet. Of course, I do.
Yeah, fair enough. Strong enough team, 4-4-2. It's kind of rinse and repeat for Porto every week, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. There's a couple like Uribe. I saw this. He's going to Saudi. Actually, I don't know if you caught that news.
Oh, I did. Is that done?
Yeah, it's done. It's like a 4-year deal, 3.5 mil a year. Yeah, it's done. 4 years.
That's a sore one for holders.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty rich.
He'll go back to South America after that, but once he's got his retirement money, he'll
probably do 2 years out there, and then you'll probably get bought by I think he's Colombian, isn't he? Or Ecuadorian, one of the two, or maybe not, or Venezuelan. One of those flags with a yellow on them. Yeah, yellow flag.
Was that me and you did that recently?
I think it was, wasn't it? It was me and you. It was when we were in Anfield and. Yeah, it was.
What are we talking about? Well, oh, yeah, one of those guys with the yellow.
I think it was him, Quinny. It was him. I swear it was him. I was on my phone one night and I was just scrolling the market, and I remember telling you. I was like, "Have you seen this Uribe guy? He's off to Saudi." And I was like, "I don't know where he's from, but it's a yellow flag." He's going to Qatar. Mickey says, "Wow."
No, even worse. I seen Saudi. The next team that was on screen there was Ajax. I've just put their team up there, but away to Groningen. It's definitely not a great game, but. Ajax definitely need to be.
So Groningen are relegated, Quinny.
Second bottom in the league at the moment. Done?
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, signed off.
They're done. Yeah. So I have that Thomas Suslov, who I know is getting relegated, which is great. But yeah, no, I think this is actually a really good fixture for Ajax. I can't see this Groningen team. They're down. It's a weird one, isn't it? I know you could argue they can play with, sort of no worries or no freedom, or more freedom and stuff. But you're down. That's like, nobody can. It's just horrible to face the music, isn't it? The home fans as well for Groningen, of course. And then
I need to make sure they don't finish fourth. By the way, like
I agree. That's what I mean. They need to win this game.
Yeah.
They do
Champions
League
for Ajax. Wow. Almost confirmed, basically. They could catch PSV, but although it's unlikely, but no Champions League for Ajax next year. Jeepers.
Mm-hmm. And obviously that'll mean...
Imagine Ajax were in the Conference League. Sorry to talk over you, mate. Imagine Ajax went into the Conference League. How mental would that be?
That would be, but I think they're going to lose all their players. Not all, but I think Timber's gone. Like a load of their bigger guns are definitely going. 100%.
The fall of Ajax has happened?
Yeah, I think so.
Ajax has fallen.
Ajax has fallen. They'll probably join Ten Hag at United, I imagine. And watch them fall as well. Sporting at home is our next fixture, Quinny. Another challenger. Maritimo. I don't know where they are in the league, to be honest. I can't see off Sorare data. If you can give me that info, that would help. Bottom. Third bottom. Okay, so great fixture for Sporting. On paper, of course. I think they've been decent for clean sheets recently, Porto, as far as I'm aware. Sporting, sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, and where are they sitting in the league, Sporting?
Fourth. They need to catch Braga, who we know have a really good game. Braga, so Braga probably going to win.
Game. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, that is interesting. I think this could be a nice
spicy in all these divisions, eh? Like,
and it all seems to be top v bottom.
So yeah, I've got the league table here for Portugal. So yeah, Sporting are 4 points behind Braga, and the difference in that, fourth position is Europa League group stage, and third is Champions League. So Braga would go Champions League and Sporting Europa.
That would be disappointing.
There's no danger of them dropping any lower. That's it. That is the floor for them, really. But yeah, Sporting must be desperate to catch Braga. There's only 3 games left, or not? Yeah. 5 games left. There'll be, so it is doable for Lisbon. I wonder if they're playing each other before the season ends.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be fair. But yeah, that is a big game for both of them this weekend, isn't it?
No, they've only got 3 games left. I was right the first time. So it's Maritimo, then they've got Benfica, and then they're on our way to Vizela. So Sporting Lisbon, they've got it all to do. And let's see, Braga, they basically got it done. It's a bit of a title challenge still between Benfica and Porto. That's not finished yet, but this is quite interesting as well as a side note. Braga are actually going into the cup final, which might have an effect on things as well. But wow, yeah, Braga have got Santa Clara, Boa Vista, and Pacos Ferreira. So they will fancy themselves to get 7 or 9 points in those games, So they're probably going to go Champions League, Sporting Lisbon into the Europa League next year. So yeah,
it's interesting.
That'll probably be good for Sporting, but you don't want them going to Champions League and getting pumped. That's probably a good thing for Sorare.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they beat Arsenal, didn't they, in the Europa League this year?
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
maybe
interesting.
a little repeat of that maybe. But yeah, another decent challenger fixture there. So look out for those sporting stacks. I'm sure they'll be, especially defensively, I guess they'll be quite popular. And then next we got Dortmund Gladbach. Quinny, is this that good of a fixture? Is this like a top 11, 12 fixture for you?
I'm not so sure, to be honest with you, but I think in these kind of occasions, like, it can be high scoring. So when I look at that Dortmund thing, it does say the other way around, actually. It says the forward should score -8 on AA. Maybe this is because Haaland played there all the time, just scored like goals with no or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's a goal fest waiting to happen. Gladbach. I'll check the table for them in a second. Um,
The results
but
haven't been great recently, but they
Dortmund are
score
still trying to
goals.
get back on that title hunt.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. It's a massive game, but I just don't know if I'm convinced that I can't. I'm not going to say the Dortmund won't win, but I just don't see it being like a walk in the park, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, the team. Oh, sugar, wrong tab. The team looks pretty strong. The same kind of team we've seen. It looks like no Rafa Guerrero is here on this here, which is a pain in the bum for me. But Bellingham, Brandt, Malin, Haller, Adiemi, great form between that five. They're now in attack, and against this defense, they've got a backup keeper. Obviously, Sommer is at Bayern on loan. And the rest of the defense is like kind of okay. I like Elvelde and Ben Sebaini, but the other two, not a big fan of Liner, and I've not seen Frederick, to be honest. And then, yeah, like even in attack, no Marcus Thuram, no Alisson Player. Jonas Hoffman's great, of course. Lars Stindl's moving to Bundesliga too. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I don't
Oh yeah,
know.
it's not a great team, but like I don't
I
know. I
don't
don't know if
think
it's a walk
Gladbach
in the
could.
park.
Dortmund, we're worried about them conceding 3 goals quite often. But I don't think for the guys that you're wanting to be playing in this Dortmund team for draft mode or for any, I think this is probably, I don't know, you want Dortmund scoring 3 or 4 goals. But yeah, I find it odd that it's listed so high, but it should be a goal fest, I would think.
100%. And then next up we've got Rennes against Troyes at home,
Okay.
which Troyes down. I'm pretty sure they're definitely down there. I don't know if they're clearly not bottom because on JR, but I know they're down there.
Yeah, they're right. They're second bottom.
Okay, yeah.
I
So
think they have a glimmer of hope, but I don't think it's much more than a glimmer.
Rennes have been decent recently. Like Doku's made a bit of a resurgence.
Yeah,
Amin
team looks
Guri's
good
been
there.
scoring goals. Yeah, their team is sort of, especially scoring wise on the matrix, have been doing pretty well over the over the board. So yeah, this could be a Guri slash or ex Doku. Yeah, game week again for Rennes.
Yeah, Burigo in midfield with Lovra Meyer as well. Both those guys have been quite formidable in different spells. Baptiste Santa Maria, one of my favourites, he's in midfield as well. With Omari Tiate, again, very familiar names in the Sorare community. And Mandanda looks to be in goals. So yeah, should be a good game for them. But the thing with Twat is they are a CFG club, as maybe some of you will know. And it is a bit surprising to me that they are so low in the table. With Adel Rami, centre back. Can't believe he's still playing football. Ika Ugbo up front as well in this game. And then do we know anyone else? Maybe I don't think so. I think that Balde guy got some hype early season, but it's disappeared. And Ronnie Lopez, one of my old favourites, but we don't have cards for him yet, which is a gutter ball. But yeah, I think so. I think probably the next game. Is there anyone else that's exciting, Harry?
We've got Leipzig at home to Werder Bremen. That might be to be fair, I know we're skipping a couple, but AZ play at home to Emmen, which is a really
Yeah,
big challenger fixture as well. If we wanted to
yeah.
maybe jump ahead to that as well.
So AZ
Just
played
scrolling.
last night, didn't they?
They did, yeah. I watched the game. They gave a really good account of themselves first half against West Ham. They played them off the park. I think West Ham had 30% possession. And they just, I don't know, West Ham obviously got into the game. They won a penalty and they kind of just turned things over. But AZ, mate, literally played them off the park first half.
Nice.
Genuinely. Like, Reinders, even the commentator said he was the best player on the pitch by a mile. But second half, they just ran out of legs a little bit, I thought, AZ. They just stopped playing and West Ham kind of just bullied their way into the game, I felt, like they did on the weekend against United. But that was more from the start. They deserved to win that game, I think. But yesterday, I don't know. I thought AZ gave a honestly really good account of themselves. But yeah, Emmen at home's a great fixture.
Yeah. It looks like they'll be going pretty much full strength again, because they are trying to catch up with Ajax. They could catch Ajax if they keep on their toes
Yeah,
domestically as well. So yeah,
100%.
good fixture at home. We'd maybe see the first ever full strength to get the result. A lot of subs maybe.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about. Obviously, Reinders. I don't know where to play him in that sense because of that, exact reason, I guess. But they play Thursday because and they're going to be at home, so like
Mm-hmm.
there's no traveling for them now, if that makes sense. They would have,
Yeah, yeah.
they're
Quite
home
comfy.
already, probably. Yeah, I think it's a nice place to be for an AZ player. They're only 2-1 down. I think 2-1 down against West Ham. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Mickey Foos dropped a comment in here saying Doku best under 23 forward this game
Potentially,
week.
potentially, Mickey. Yeah, in terms of fixtures and Vinny's in and Vinny's going to play. It's been said, but yeah, they don't know if he's going to be from the start or from the bench. So that's kind of something that's up in the air right now. So yeah, actually, Mbappe at home to whoever they're playing. Surely that's as good as better than Doku, but he's definitely up there. Yeah.
Yeah. DJ Callan's asking, would you pick up Liverpool players today, or are they too high priced at the moment? If it's for the experience and that kind of stuff, mate, there's definitely no rush to go and get Liverpool cards. I don't think it'll be happening until next season. But in general, I don't know, in general pricing for this stuff, Harry, we've spoken about it quite a lot. You'll probably need to kind of stay tuned, DJ Callan, to individual players and such. But surely players get cheaper when they're not playing football. It's kind of normally the way it always kind of goes. Like, they can't get more expensive normally, unless there's pre-season hype factored in and such. But so it's hard to really say, mate. You need to think of it more as an individual player and track their position and their price. Particularly the higher up the scarcities you go, and you get more likely now, especially the way things have went. People are going to hold cards and reconsider their position and what teams they're actually backing and stacking and whatever. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit as well, Harry.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about the big game of the weekend that everyone wants to talk about. The biggest game in world football, of course. The Glasgow Derby. Ibrox is the venue this time. Celtic are going there, having won the league on the cusp of the treble. We've got the predicted 11 here, and there's actually a lot of cards in this Rangers team this game week. Like, half the team are carded if they play this team. So Matondo, Cantwell, Sakala front three, Raskin and Hadji in midfield with Lundstrom, and a back four. Suter, who's got some Hearts cards. Ben Davis has got some Liverpool cards, but it looks like they'll be playing the young goalkeeper, maybe McGregor, but see what happens there. Rangers, I think this is going to be a bloodbath. I think Celtic are going to go there for the kill. Now, this is a very funny derby, right? Because we've obviously got technically nothing to play for, but there is milestones and there's history to be made if we finish with so many points and so many goals and all that stuff. We can outdo the Brendan Rodgers team already in terms of the accolades they set through quadruple trebles, invincibles and all that stuff, which is fantastic. So I don't think the manager will take that lightly. But there's no Celtic fans in attendance. So it's going to be, I said on the Celts Are Here podcast, feel free to check it out. It's about 20 minutes in. I put a nice wee Jared Butler gif in from the 300. It's going to be like the 300, going against the big hordes of monsters. And I think the guys have had a great season. I think this will be the team that plays as well. I've got no problem. I think this will be the team down to a T. And I think Matt O'Reilly is 100 capable in a game like this. So is Jota. And then the rest of the guys, it's about cards and it's about minutes in terms of how well they do on SO5 is what I'm worried about. But I think Jota and O'Reilly, Jota's obviously a bit, I wouldn't put him in the same bracket as Doku or Mbappe for this game week because it is a derby. It is, Rangers, he could get booked. He might get, anything could happen. But I think this should be a Celtic win by a couple of goals. And I think O'Reilly and Jota should be on for a big week themselves. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the big game this weekend. I won't be going to it, of course, because there's no Celtic fans there, but I'll be watching it in here along with some of the other stuff. And I'll be stacking up and trying to work out what bonuses I need to get sorted for next season. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. And I don't know if any of you here stack Rangers, or if you've ever thought about it. They are normally featured in the stream by now at some point because they normally do have very well rated matches. And for the first time in ages, they've actually got cards there. So if you want to get some cards in your team that are not going to score any points this week, these are the ones you want to buy. They're all on screen. They're not going to do well at all. And good luck to you.
Now, I was just having a little scan through the rest of the fixtures. We mentioned AZ, we mentioned Leipzig, Man City play away to Everton. So obviously, they're gonna have other eyes on the Real Madrid tie. Juve at home to Cremonese, but they've got that Sevilla game to look forward to midweek. Man United at home to Wolves seems decent enough. Other than that, Quinny, I mean, 20 at home to NEC is not bad, I'd say.
I see Inter there, right? So I'm just going to put the screen back to just being me and you, Harry, right? Because there is also another little element going into this game week of Inter, AC, Real, Man City, AZ, West Ham, all these guys that played Leverkusen, Roma, all these clubs that played midweek that a lot of them are going to rest like mad at the weekend, and not. We see
Yeah.
AZ will go full strength there from the looks of it, but a lot of teams, we know Real Madrid are down to rotate like 8 players or something for the weekend. So outside of some of the teams we've featured already, some of the other powerhouses are actually probably going to be a bit weaker potentially.
Yeah, 100%. There's definitely, there's definitely scope for that to sort of happen, I guess. That's why it's kind of a good thing to have, players that play on teams that don't play midweek at this time of the season, because those midweek sort of, this is where it's crunch time, isn't it? Semi-finals of these Europa Champions and Conference Leagues, like, that's the priority at the end of the day. So, this does become quite interesting. Like players who are playing for PSG right now, for me would be like, obviously it's Mbappe and stuff, but like, they don't have midweeks to worry about. So like, they're just going to go out and probably smash this weekend, and just little sort of, PSV are out of any European competitions. Like teams like that have great fixtures this week, but don't have midweek fixtures is kind of where I would be like trying to, fork out my teams if they're, if you have those type of players / from those teams type of thing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And I kind of enjoy that part of it as well. We've had, and another thing we've not really touched on yet, but MLS did have some midweek cup action. So there might be some rotation there that you're not even aware of is in the reckoning because of that. Now a lot of them played lower league opposition and stuff, but some first team players made the journeys and, played the games and played the minutes. So, that will be something that does come into it, I think, for some of those clubs. And, there's too much in MLS for us to give you a comprehensive report on that. So do bear that in mind for any of your own MLS cards to double check if they played midweek in the cup or not, depending on what you rely for your notifications.
Sorry to interrupt you, Quinny. It is rival week in the MLS this week.
It's rivalry week as well. It is. Oh, Jesus, we could have done an hour on that alone.
I know. I know. So we've got Harry, Austin, Dallas, and...
We're going to give a wee 10-minute warning. We're going to give away the Matt O'Reilly Limited. If you want to get involved in that giveaway, there's 122 scouts and managers from around the world here with us at the moment. Jump onto Twitter at Quinny3001. You'll find this tweet here. There's only 38 entrants so far. Make sure you follow me, like and retweet. In 10 minutes, we're going to give away the Matt O'Reilly Limited, and that is how you enter.
Quinny, can I just add, this midweek, I won my 100th reward.
Congratulations.
Tier 2 under 23 Rare Pro from under 23 Rare Pro with a DMP.
Love it.
I scored 308 points with 4 players. Reinders with a 99, Vinny with a 98, my keeper with a clean sheet, Piton Super with a 47, and Hercules, my man, I bought him for this game week and he was on the bench, didn't come on, fuming. But I was 63 points away from a tier 1, so you would have had to have done pretty well, I guess, in that game. It was 0-0. Just annoying that I brought him in. I bought him like 2 weeks ago in preparation. I was like, he's going to play. He started the last 3 games, played 90 minutes, and then, doesn't even get off the bench, mate. Fuming.
It's a gutter, isn't it? Someone's asking what rivalry week is. Now, what MLS do, see, because they're American and they just love leaning into this thing, is when they lay out the fixtures, they say, let's have all the derbies in 1 week, and they make sure all the derbies can happen over like a week's period. It's not always like, because some of the clubs have 2 derbies, so sometimes like normally over rivalry week, you'll see like LA Galaxy versus San Jose Earthquakes is the first one. And that's like the California Classic or something. I don't know. But then you'll probably also find Galaxy will play LAFC in a week, and that's El Tráfico or something. So there's a few, because of the way the States are and the way America is, sometimes these teams have got more than one rival, as it were. So sometimes they don't play them all, sometimes blah blah blah. But there's normally like there might be more than one rivalry week. But
there's got to be,
But there's normally at least a rivalry week, and it's like they try and get all the derbies smashed in together, and just have a whale of a time and go for it, and it makes a lot of sense. And they kind of do it here with kidding on. They don't do it like normally when it is Rangers versus Celtic, Celtic versus Rangers on the same day. Quite often you'll find stuff like Tottenham Arsenal or Chelsea or Man U Liverpool. Sometimes that kind of thing happens, and the TV companies have probably dealt with it. But MLS just go, this is what we're doing, guys. There's a thing called rivalry week, and we don't care. We're going to make sure it happens. And there's no, why apologise for something like, why shy away from it, Manufacture the situation. Who cares? Let's have a rivalry week, derby time, But people are asking about teams and stuff. Someone's actually, I think DJ was asking about buying Liverpool cards in terms of time-wise. The deadline, Harry boy, It's under 45 minutes away. We've got teams locked and loaded, I'm sure, across the world. There's a Matt O'Reilly about to be given away in the next kind of 7 or 8 minutes. And I think will we have a wee look at the prize pools? Do you have a wee look at them? And we'll see what's going on. Or head counts and that kind of thing. I don't know if there's anything we can get from it really at this stage anymore. Like we used to
it
in the
doesn't
good old
really.
days.
I know it doesn't really change too much right now, does it?
Yeah. It's all quite
I'm just
stable,
in.
isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just in the. I haven't even done my teams yet, Quinn, if I'm being honest. I have them on Sorare data. I just don't have them in on Sorare. So I'm just in a process of popping them in. If you want me to just have a look at that for 10 minutes, or
Yeah.
not even 10 minutes, it'll take 3 minutes with the amount of.
Let's
teams
look at
I have.
Harry's teams, and then we'll give away O'Reilly, and I'll show you my teams, and then we'll see where we're at, and then we'll have a party for the rest of the stream.
Let's do it. I just built my Cap 240 Super Air lineup, which looks like this. It comes under the cap, but I am a bit worried now. Somebody said in the chat, I think it was Sorare Holland, that the Groningen fans are trying to get the Ajax game suspended, so they'll probably throw something on the pitch and get because that's the new rule. Quinny, did you? I don't know if So basically, if anything gets thrown on the pitch or hits some whatever, hits a player / official, then the game's just done. And obviously, Groningen have nothing to play for now, so I can't see why their fans wouldn't just be idiots because it happened at their ground against NEC like 2 weeks, about a month ago now, actually. So I don't know if I want to risk that, but honestly, I don't have much choice, to be honest, mate. I have Jorbe Vertessen, who will probably get off the bench for USG, but he won't start, and Suslov would definitely start, as far as I'm aware. So it's a weird one for me, to be fair, mate. But I've fallen into a couple of new super rare defenders from the MLS, which is great.
Nice.
But so like that Amy Mabika, he moved, even though it shows he's got an Inter Miami fixture, he doesn't play for them anymore. He plays for Toronto, and he's like 90% to start, but his cap is like 59 from last year. And then I've got George Campbell, who's actually a 24 cap, and he's away. Good. He is good. He's at home. Sorry, he's at home to Toronto. So I have both my centre backs playing against each other. And yeah. Sorry, Holland said it's been on the news.
George Campbell wasn't at Atlanta anymore. Is he at Toronto?
Yeah. Sorry, he's at Montreal.
Oh, at Montreal, is he?
Yeah, but he got injured the start of the season, so he hasn't played at all. This would be his first start, actually, if he gets it. So what's Sorry Holland saying? It's been on the news the whole week, and Groningen already did it twice. Oh,
I was going to say, I'm sure Groningen last season did something like close the roads or something like that. Or I'm sure Groningen fans have been mental before. But yeah,
I'm sure they have.
Passionate.
I'm sure they have. I don't know. What would you do? Would you throw in Jorbe on the? Like, I know he's going to get off the. Well, I say I know he should get off the bench, right? I have no other option.
Who's this? I thought Groningen were playing Ajax.
They are. What I'm saying is, if I didn't want to play Groningen cards because it's going to get suspended, then I could play you.
Yeah.
Well, you would play Jorbe?
Yeah, I wouldn't take the risk on a DNP. No chance, man.
Okay.
It sounds pretty nailed on. It's going to happen, mate. I wouldn't go anywhere near it. I could throw in.
I could literally like smash out the cap and play Mabika then, and it would be 240 on the dot. If that makes sense.
Is he the best pick? But
I mean, Piton's been killing me over the last couple of weeks. He hasn't really done too much. Jonathan says play Jorbe. Mickey says Suslov would still get the 35 points. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Because if it happens mid-game, he still gets the points that he hit. Off. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll go back to that, Quinny, then, to be honest.
Guaranteed 35.
Yeah, I could probably just do with that, I think. And then I've got 51 points, which is either Piton or Cuesta, but I don't. Cuesta's 75% on Sharper. But he hasn't started for the last couple of weeks. He had an injury, so I don't know whether he just walks straight back in. Well, I know Piton's going to play, and he's at home, but he hasn't been great. But you know what? We're going to throw Piton in. It's happening. The rest of my teams have kind of picked themselves already, so we can go into them pretty quickly. I might have one dilemma, which is Reinders or Enzo Fernandez, Quinny.
I'd probably go Enzo, mate. It's more likely he's going to get 90 at home at Forest. Should be good possession. No matter how the result goes, like you should be on the ball tons.
Good point. So we'll go Enzo and Badiashile for our Chelsea stack. We'll go Jesus Ferreira up top, and then we're going to go Alejandro Balde as our other super rare.
In the Barcelona derby.
Yeah, Espanyol, isn't it? Espanyol
Mm-hmm.
away. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
good.
decent. That's my sort of best lineup on paper. I'd say this one's actually going to be pretty good as well. Now that we've dropped Reinders down, so we're going to go Kim Jong Hoon in goals, Timber at the back, Reinders in midfield. We're going to go with Vinny,
Vinny
even
will
though he might.
start.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Vinny, and then I'm going to throw in Pedri.
Ooh,
Yeah.
saucy.
So I think honestly that's a decent team. I'd probably go and captain Reinders because I think he's gonna. Well, actually, I could captain Timber. But he's in the Groningen game. Oh no, what happens there, Quinny?
I'd get rid of that Groningen game for Timber. That's not worth 35 points.
Mm,
Fafana's not going to play, is he? Bella Chap against Fulham could be fun.
he's out for the season.
Oh, is he? Bummer.
Yeah,
Oh, I knew that actually.
Fafana's out. The only player I could play is Dedic, but I was needing him really for capped, if I'm being honest.
You're so late
But
in U23 defence, Harry boy.
they're all injured. Diallo ACL, Fafana's out, Kotchap's out. Um, yeah, I got better super rares than I do rares, to be honest.
Yeah.
In terms of defenders, anyway.
David Taylor's just catching up. So the
Yeah.
rumours are in Holland, it's on the news and stuff, that Groningen fans are going to get the game postponed after kickoff. So if you've got Ajax and Groningen cards, it's player beware.
Okay, I'll play Dedic in there then, and I'm gonna go Carlos Turan in capped instead. Because Turan did get injured last week, but apparently he's like 60% to play, so I'm gonna take the risk. We're gonna go Brady, we're gonna go Carlos Turan as Chicago, Stack, Daniel Utkin, Cherky, and we've got 53 points to throw in. I think we're just going to go Paxton, to be honest, and call it a day there. Think that's the extent of my main teams.
Looking good, Harry boy.
Yeah, that's kind of it for me. The rest will just be, that's basically it, to be honest. The rest will just be training slash coin lineups. Where's this academy thing, Quinny? What's this new? There it is, academy.
So the academy is just training now, but obviously now we've got that podium. We never even got to that. We spoke about that announcement. Top three gets a good wee chunk of change, and then there's £5 for everyone else.
So uniques are good in here. Is that what we're saying?
I think so, mate. I'm not too sure how it all stacks out, to be honest with you. But we'll get you a click through what teams you can build, okay? And then after that, so in like 2 or 3 minutes, we'll do the giveaway pronto, okay?
Yeah.
So for the Matt O'Reilly, so if you haven't entered that yet, make sure you do. And everyone who has entered, sit tight. We'll be there in 2 minutes.
You know what? I'm gonna go into kickoff unique instead to try and get the coins from this. Yeah, because this you only have to score 100 points to get like 600 coins. It's
Really?
just stupid. Yeah, it's just stupid not to throw in my boys in here. So that's what I'm gonna do.
I might do that then.
Yeah, it's kind of. I want to play Callum Slattery, Quinny, but apparently he's like 15% down to play on Play Sharper, which is just kind of baffled me a little bit. They won 2-0 last week or 1-0 or something. He started and played okay. I don't know. I don't know why his percentages are so low, to be honest.
Yeah, that is unusual. It's hard to read sometimes with these things, like how to take them seriously or, how much credence to put into them,
Yeah, I'm annoyed I can't play. Well, not can't play, but the Timber situation's a bit scary. Or am I being spooked?
Maybe being a bit spooked. I don't know,
Do
but
you think?
I would be spooked as well, mate, to be honest with you.
Am I being spooked is the question.
I would say yes, but it's with good reason, mate. Don't back away from it. Like, if they've got form for cancelling games and they're in the news saying we are going to cancel the game, we've got
Surely
to play
just don't
for.
let
Fuck Ajax.
don't let I know, don't let any fans in the stadium, surely. If you've got a brain.
But they're not going to. I don't think they're doing that, are they?
Well, they did for the rescheduled game, that NEC one, obviously, because the first one got suspended, I guess.
Or did they let no fans in for that?
For the second one, yeah, for the
wow.
for the replay, yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Do you want to go over and show us your little contingency?
Yeah, I'm just finishing out a wee kick-off throwaway team, mate. Just 2 seconds,
No worries.
and then I'll go and get I'll go and do the giveaway quickly.
Yeah.
And then I'll show you some teams and such. No problem. So I think I'll just put Big Glazes in.
Charlie says he wouldn't touch the Ajax game. Okay.
Yeah, same man. Let's stay right clear of that.
Nicky says you can hope the postponed game will happen before the game weekends. Sven says, will Vinny play? Vinny's definitely going to play, but we don't know if he's starting / not starting. But he's definitely playing. That's what thing he said. Ancelotti.
2 seconds. Sorry, guys. Bear with me a moment.
No worries.
I'm not taking the training thing that seriously, but it was. See, when I was tweeting about it and talking about it, it was just more of a thought experiment. So sorry, guys. Just one more click, I think. That'll do. That'll do. Awesome. Right, let's go and give away a Matt O'Reilly, because we know this weekend against Rangers he's going to go and absolutely smash it. So here we go. Here's the tweet. Let's go and get the link for it so you can see. Copy link to tweet. We've got a bunch of these entered. Thanks very much to everyone that did enter. Please make sure you did follow the account as well. As we load this up, this will be the deadline now. User should like the tweet. User should follow the owner. Don't care about your picture and all that stuff. And cool. Get data. Oh, Jesus. It wants me to sign in. 2 seconds. It does this sometimes. Please log in. Get Twitter data. Please log. Oh, this button here. Sorry, guys. These buttons. These buttons. There we go. App authorized. There we go.
No Brennan this week. Yeah, not against Chelsea away, mate. To be honest, it's just not what I really want to be playing him in fixture-wise. And I have, Cherky, Jesus, and Vinny are kind of ahead of him this game week in terms of fixtures. So I don't really have enough places to play him elsewhere, to be honest, mate. I'm playing him in cap 220, but yeah.
And again, thanks to patron saint of FC Barcelona and SR Monkey for the kind donation for the reward. Matt O'Reilly Limited is going to be won by... Isaac Gaming. Seen a lot of familiar faces in there. Congratulations, Isaac. I'm about to shoot you a DM, and you are going to respond to that DM with your Sorare club. Oh, we've been in contact already. Good to see you.
Congrats. Big congrats.
Congratulations. You won O'Reilly.
Big congrats.
Let me know your club name. Just respond to your club name pronto so I can ship that over to you, buddy. And we'll get that sent to you. I'll leave Isaac Gaming on here already. Oh, you won a card recently, I think. Oh, fantastic. Already got his name here as well. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. I'll go get that shipped right now, and I'll show you some teams after I've done that. Fantastic, Ken. Congratulations. To him, that he's a double winner, Harry.
Wow.
I love people that win stuff on the channel repeatedly. Congratulations. It wasn't in a stream. I think it was like a Road to Glory win, the last one he got, or something like that, maybe. Or maybe in a stream one, in fact, actually. But yeah, that's now shipped over to you, buddy. Congratulations. And yeah, so I think with my teams, Harry, I felt that, so I've been wrestling with the Celtic stack all season, right? And particularly with different games and the combos of cards, the rares here and the unique there and the supers there and whatever, right?
Yeah.
And with Kobayashi coming in fit now, I've now got a super rare defender that I didn't have available. I didn't have a Starfelt or a Vickers. So Kobayashi's in playing now. So when I built my All-Star Rare team, which I'll put on screen for everyone at the moment, I can't remember the exact thought process, but I was trying to stay quite safe, and I thought, you know what, guys that I know will play lots of minutes, get lots of AA, and should boss the game. And I ended up going with a double defender of UK Kobayashi and Greg Taylor, unique McGregor in midfield. And then when it came to forward card, I love Kyogo. He's going to score goals. Daizen Maeda can score well as well. But that Hatate forward card feels kind of cheat code. So I don't need to worry about the clean sheet with him. He'll be very forward-minded. He'll get more AA probably than the other actual forwards I've got and whatever. But when I look at the team as a whole, it's got, UK can do 60 or 70 without the clean sheet. Taylor can do very well without a clean sheet. But I don't really get that excited about it. But it feels, when I look at it, it feels right. But I don't feel that excited to see it run. It's weird.
I don't know. I think it's done. That Rios forward card seems to set you apart a little bit. I feel like it happened last week with, I remember looking at you and McBride sort of teams, and obviously didn't have the Hatate forward card or something, or I don't know if he had him as a super anywhere played, or I don't know. But you had him captain and just smashed, and I was just like, yeah, that just seems to be, the card to kind of have to smash. At a given time, and it kind of sets you apart as long as he does put up an 80+ type of thing. So I don't know. Yeah, I think I like it when you play that forward card. to be honest, because it does seem to do well for you. So I wouldn't really change it personally.
Yeah. It's a double defence part, but I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. But I could see UK getting 60 to 70 on AA if we conceded one, right? And Taylor can do something like that and get a decisive and score 80, even if we conceded one, you know. But I don't like playing double defence. It's very not me. But it does, when I look at that team, I think that is, it feels like a team that, like, Sorare Data would spit out. It didn't spit this team out, by the way. It tried to get me to play all sorts of crap with it. But and Skorupski is at home on the 14th, which is a Sunday or something, which won't be a Monday this time, which is good. But it's to Roma, who have obviously got their second leg to go. They'll probably care a little bit less about exerting energy in this match. Maybe give my goalkeeper, you know, the night off in a good way. So kind of excited about that. But then see what the knock-on effect of that team was, Harry, which makes me feel extra like, oh yeah, that team does look good, is because see, when I look at my All-Star Rare Pro team, it looks disgusting. I've got goalkeeper Hart, of course, right? Defender Hitate, which is a very OP card if we do keep the clean sheet. O'Reilly in midfield is rare. Captain Jota till I die, rare forward. And then super rare Kyogo up front as well. It just feels like a absolute humdinger of a Rare Pro team, you know?
Yeah, it's a lovely team on paper. Rangers at home isn't going to be easy away. Sorry, isn't going to be easy. But yeah, I mean, the cards are there to go and do it. If there's a 3-0 Celtic on the cards, then, you know, there's a good chance O'Reilly, you know, Jota and Kyogo are going to be involved. And if Hitate is as well, and the clean sheet comes in, then you're probably podium in an All-Star Rare Pro, Quinny, if I'm being honest. That's just kind of how that would probably go down, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Harry boy. That's a top 30 team, I think, you know. If it bangs, you know, if we win 3-0, 4-1, something like that, there's enough decisives to go around. I think that team could hit hard. So that makes me feel like, oh, do you know what? All those Celtic cards, they feel kind of like, well, I've nailed my configuration there. It feels like, you know. All-Star Rare, I've just kind of went for a bit of everything and anything. Good guys and good games overall, high XPs and all that kind of stuff. I've put them all on screen. I'm not going to name them all. I know you're a wee bit behind, Harry, so I know you maybe can't see them as they're on screen. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm going quite hard against All-Star Rare. I'm going with AA guys that just need a decisive to break into the 70s, the 80s, which is cool. Guys like Robbo, Gold, Lodero, etc. But then I had a wee bit of a problem with 240 Super Rare because my goalkeeper was quite expensive against Real Madrid, and I fancy my goalkeeper against Real Madrid for Getafe, but I couldn't get anything else workable in, so I've had to play Marshall in goals, and Marshall has cost me, I think, almost every threshold I've never hit. So I really don't want to play him, but cap-wise, like the team I could assemble with the other goalkeeper just wouldn't cut it, you know. So I'm hoping Marshall does not concede free to what I would consider a very informed Aberdeen with a very formidable strike partnership at the moment, you know, at Pataudry. So it's a really difficult one, mate, but the rest of the team was really strong. Matheo's at home at Cadiz. Ivan Ilic is playing centre midfield against his old team, and he takes all the set pieces for his new team. Daisamide is up front, can get AA and a decisive, and Gabri Vega is at home to Valencia. He's on shit form, but it means his cap is nice and low, and if he does do a decisive, then he's a killer, you know. So I like the outfield a lot, so I just hope the goalkeeper doesn't hamstring me.
I don't know. I think you get a lot of saves and stuff, can he, in that game? You know, hoping that he doesn't concede the 3, obviously. But I know, yeah, Aberdeen have been great actually recently under the new manager and whatever. But I don't know. I think Hibs could hold their own there.
Yeah. And then in 240, I'm not playing Marshall, so I stayed away from him. But I put in Sean Johnson, who's playing in this Canadian derby we've spoke about a few times. Signature card, Maxi Morales is on to start. Got his assist midweek or whatever it was. 75% to start the week. He comes in for cap 35 into the 240 midfield. And then I've got Greg Taylor in defence and Kyogo and Dyson up front for cap 240. You know, it feels like an OP power team. I've got 2 NYC legends who no longer play at NYC in the team, and I've got 3 Celtic players. So that's a good fun team. I quite like that when I put it together.
That's a Barcelona team if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, under 23 Rare, Harry, this is a team that is going to scare everyone, right, very shortly, because my under 23 team with these New York cards, with this extra 5%, is going to be running on them all summer long. We're running Tanny, level 20. We've got Scales at 10%, who is playing for Aberdeen in that fixture at home. In midfield, Santi Rodriguez is captain, Talis Magno up front, and I've also got Richie Ledesma in there on 9%, 8.5% in his PSV kit. So Tanny is obviously the heartbreaker in the team that's waiting to happen here, right? But if Tanny shows up and NYC beat the Red Bulls, then I think this team is a killer.
Yeah, it's a good team, mate. I love the NYFC stack, and obviously in the derby as well. So it won't be an easy game. But, New York Red Bulls have just sacked their manager, I believe.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is probably a good time to play him. Yeah, the Tanny thing is the issue. He's playing against my goalkeeper, Quinny, who is
hopefully it's 0-0.
Hopefully it's 0-0 for both of us. Yeah, I don't know. Gamba need to turn around their current form for sure. But, yeah, it won't be easy. But if those front three can kind of pop, and Scales can kind of do what he normally kind of does AA-wise and whatever, yeah, you could find yourself with a team there, mate, for sure.
Yeah, big time. And then the only other team that I've got out of any substance after that is Cap 270, super rare. So I'm not playing. Unique Mulgrew has got a red card last week. And Edward, I don't think he's on to start. He's not got a great game. So no kick-off unique entries or anything. We'll go 270. Kieran Tierney is on to start for the Arsenal, so he's going to be my defender. Captain John McGinn at home to Spurs, who are in free fall at the moment. Giacomakis looks on play sharper, 70% to start for Atlanta at home to Charlotte. And then again, super rare Liam Scales at home to Hibs is my 270 lineup. It just fits into the cap. I've got good bonuses on all of them. And, that's a fun prize pool. Podium full of double cards, supers and uniques. So I think Sorare away to Real Madrid, he might not get a clean sheet, but he could still bring in 60 plus points on saves and stuff, I don't think Real Madrid will score 3, which will be good for him. So I quite fancy my 270 super team, although I'm not going to hold my breath on it, but it could pop off.
No, 100%. Sorry, I was just checking a message I had then off one of my friends who plays Sorare. No, yeah, I don't know. Did Real Madrid score 3 against Getafe? Yeah, probably not. I can foresee, hopefully, a little 2-0 Quinny with a nice little 25 AA maybe for your Soria.
Someone's asking where decisive capable Legit is, who doesn't get decisives, and he's in the Cap 220 super rare team with the rare David Marshall, because I just have so little faith in him, and I've thrown in all the super rares that should play and maybe get a decisive that I've not got any real faith in. And that's Brian Kufri for NYC. I actually have a bit of faith in Kufri, but being a fullback, you know what you're playing with those guys. Ki-Sung Young and Legit in midfield with Jordan Larson up front, who is signed. It sounds like Copenhagen are going to be keeping him, and he started the last 2 games. He's got a decisive in the cup, not in the league last week, but he's on to start this weekend as well, but it's not definite. It's like 60-70%. So I've not got full faith to throw him into a big team, but it's great to see that maybe Jordan Larson's going to find his feet in Denmark. Yeah. And I think this is a team I'll show you quickly, right? So DNP Scott Bain, but then I'm managing to get my other Celtic and NYC cards in that are in the derby matches for themselves and might do well. So I've got Chanot in defence, and then I've got Aaron Moy and Haksabanovic in midfield. Both will probably come off the bench, and then Tate forward is a good. I've put that rare card there because there's nowhere else to put it. So for Cap 220, man, if that snuck into the back end of the prizes, I would be quite happy with that. If I got a tier 4, tier 5, with a DNP keeper, I could be alright with that. And then I did put a DNP keeper team in a kickoff unique when we were talking earlier. It's not going to do anything, but it's on screen now in case you wanted to see it. Giacomakis is 20% right now on Play Sharper, someone is telling me.
How does that make you feel, Quindog?
It makes me a shade more nervous, and I've actually just realised I've not picked the Road to Glory teams or anything yet, so I better do that against the deadline as well. But if Giacomakis, Jesus, maybe I put Larson in that team then. If Giacomakis is on, I need to go and check this pronto. Let's put it on screen so you can all see it. You can live the wild ride with me.
You got 20 minutes. We're fine.
Yeah, 20 minutes feels fine to you and you're not needing to do it. So let's see. It was 70% last night. Not anymore. Interesting. When was this last updated? Midnight. No, that's the game. When was it last updated? Last expert update. Atlanta today. Yeah, like an hour ago. That's the latest news. Right, so we're changing Giacomakis out. Has Copenhagen had any changes, or who else do we have up front? I should have Unal somewhere. Don't think it's Real Madrid. Oh, but I suppose Unal could score against Real Madrid. They're going to be playing a weekend team and stuff. Yeah, I could probably play Unal in here. Up front. So let's see, who do we have? Tony's injured, Nameka's injured. Used in our lineup. So Rio is in a big team. Unal, yeah, we could call upon Unal or Jordan Larson. Who do we go for? Unal away to Real Madrid, who'll probably get 90 minutes. Or Larson, who won't get 90 minutes. And I wonder what the game's even like. Let's have a look at it.
I'd go with a 90-minute. It's got to be. Oh, Kerry says Unal is banned.
Oh, look, actually, Jordan Larson's now down to 20%. Oh, Unal is banned. I knew that. I knew Unal was banned. That's why I didn't come into my reckoning. So now Larson looks to be on the bench. Unal is suspended. I did know that. And GG's unlikely. So that does scupper me up front now in this 270 team. It really is maybe Quinny then, or Larson from the bench is what we're playing. I wonder why this has changed, and when did it last change? Today at 9:30 in the morning. Okay, so that's somebody covering their arse last minute, I think, maybe, and putting him in. But it's funny to see Klassen now up front here, so I'm not too sure what to read into that. And so GG we reckon is really low. Unal suspended. He should show suspended on here. Let me go and double check that. That does ring a bell for me, but
to be fair, Messi shows is suspended on Sorare, so that's kind of, I wouldn't trust the Sorare thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, yellow card in the last game. He's now on 5 yellows for this season. Yeah, he's out. Just to double confirm that. Bastard, man. So is Cunha probably away to Man United? Because he's on to start. Last time I checked, anyway. I don't think that's a great pick, but man, he's got good AA, but it's just a decisive coin flip you're doing. Because he can get 44, CSL 15, he can do that. He can do 44.
Yeah, he definitely could, for sure.
But it's a 270, so I kind of need somebody that's going to punch. He did 58 against Villa, just on AA. That's interesting. I guess it's Cunha. It's the only option. I can't play Jordan Larson on 20% or anything else. So Cunha comes in on top of Giacomakis. So that's an academy team that now needs a player slid into. Okay, nice catch, guys, by the way. Thank you to everyone that caught that for me. I was excited to get GG out this week. That team feels a bit nerfed. Might be fun to root against Man United. Yeah, it definitely will be fun to root against Man United, Charlie. You can say that again. I don't know. I think Larson... That makes me a wee bit... That now makes me think, let's look at Palace. That makes me now think, if I've not got a forward option again, what are Palace doing? Because if Edward gets a goal, then that's the play. You know, so let's see. Where are Palace? Palace are at home at Bournemouth. He's not going to start, is he? No, it's going to be Ayew. But could he get a goal off the bench? Bournemouth are safe. They're not getting relegated. What are Palace doing? Palace are kind of in the same boat, really, aren't they? Nothing really to play for both teams. It's kind of hard to get up for it, eh?
Yeah, big time.
So Cunha, what are Wolves doing? What are Wolves doing in the table? Wolves. Yeah, they're not really doing anything either. Man United are fighting. But I guess Wolves at Old Trafford is always going to be a short window game where they're going to try and make a name for themselves in general, you know, and get a good start ahead for next season or whatever. Oh, don't forget the Road to Glory teams, you're right, buddy, yeah. So Road to Glory style. Let's do the big limited team first, because we've got Vassen in goals. Ferro screwed us last week, actually. I don't even know what to think about Ferro. Is he playing? If we've not got a defender, we might just be doing semi-pros again. Croatia. It's the Hadjic split, isn't it? Yeah, he's not likely to play. So I think we're kind of screwed again, Road to Glory-wise, until we get a defender in. Which have we had a defender I can go and pick up, actually, so I wouldn't mind if it was going to be for a team that's going to kick ass. So they're playing Brøndby, Copenhagen, so that's a tough game. Let's get the semi-pros out, so I think they'll probably do a bit better. So let's see, MLS semi-pro. This will be the one. So we've got Berkey away at the Fire, that'll be good. And then we've got Ymar playing Houston, that's fine by me. Almada playing Charlotte, yes please. Magno, and then, yeah, I'd probably go Jordan Morris, and then Captain Magno. Awesome. And then we've got Serie A as well with Kostic. Where is Serie A? They're always in a weird order, some of these semi-pros and stuff like that. Serie A semi-pro, there it is. So let's see. I'm going to go Mike Mignan in goals against Spezia because I don't think he'll get rotated. I'll probably take Ricardo Rodriguez. I've got Kostic as captain. I'd go Berardi up front against Inter, no problem. And then let's go Cravadonna. Alright, cool. I could have a bit of fun. Some Road to Glory efforts out. And then I could probably do a 220 actually. Let's try a 220 with a common defender. So let's say we put Vassen in. And then if I get a really good, cheap common defender. Oh, I've got Tierney. And I've got Kufri. Let's play Tierney. That's fun. Let's play Tierney in the Road to Glory team. And then we can play... Oh, we can play a Tati. We're running out of points quite quickly. But then we could play... Oh, yeah, we're running out of points very quickly. A Bada. And then we're left with 25 points. No, we can't quite make that work, can we? Tate's so expensive. So we could go to Was. Nah, we couldn't make that work either. Goalkeeper's quite punchy, isn't he? That's a bummer. We're not really going to be able to make this work for a full Road to Glory limited effort. Anyone know if Mudrik's going to start? Yeah, let's go and have a look at the Chelsea predicted 11, mate, if you want to have a look at that. Where's England? So, yeah, I'm a bit gutted by that. What do you think about Cunha or Edward? Cunha or Edward? No, it's going to be Cunha, isn't it? Or I don't know. What do you think, Cunha? Or I'm going to start a poll. I'm going to ask you.
I'd say Cunha.
You'd say Cunha?
Yeah.
Right, so a wee poll there, guys. We've only got a couple of minutes to the deadline. Cunha or Edward? What would you do if you were me? And what was I going to check there? The Chelsea team. Chelsea team looks to be on screen now. But yeah, Badiashile will play for you, so Lenzo. No Mudryk. It looks like Raheem Sterling's on 55% to start ahead of Mudryk on 45%. Felix to start up front. Madueke as well. So yeah. Lopetegui has revived the season for Wolves. Ten Hag is choking top four. Santa's boys. Okay, fair enough. Matt O'Reilly or Arda Guler. Matt O'Reilly for me. I've got no idea what Guler's doing this week, so bear that in mind. Santa's boys love it, by the way. Fist bump. No Ferro for sure. Cunha looked kind of cracked last week. V Villa looked really sharp. Cherry Harrison does cracked mean he looked like he's cracked it. He did really good. Yeah, I can't save anything at the moment, mate. Everyone's going Cunha. Right, okay, let's go Cunha. Let's have the faith. Let's have the faith with Cunha. We'll wait till the vote finishes, but yeah. Awesome.
Cunha.
I feel bad we're not getting a full... I better set my common teams as well, but I feel bad we've not got a full limited outfit on the go. And I've not prepared well enough to do my drafts correctly this week, but I think I should probably still get a good outfit out with the pieces I hold anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Would I take Manny over Werner this week since I know Manny's going to start? Yeah, probably would. And it's Captain Brandt for me every week. It's a good wee Bayern Dortmund combo I've got on the go there. I just kind of fell into by accident. Then we've got Nubel. I'll probably take Nubel. Velasquez in defence. Van de Boomen. Oh, by the way, here, high rumours on the high seas that Van de Boomen is on his way to Benfica, I think. And I know he was linked heavily to PSV earlier in the window, but
yeah, that'd be big.
I'm going to take Bourges over Van de Boomen.
That would be big.
That would be huge, wouldn't it, for Challenger? A move like that.
Big time.
Have you had any sniff of any transfers you're looking forward to?
Well, Reinders will probably get a move. Well, definitely get a move somewhere. Brennan Johnson's been touted to go to Arsenal.
I think I didn't know it was Arsenal, but I seen he was linked somewhere today. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday, I think. Or the day before, maybe. Yeah, yesterday. Other than that, there's not too much. Well, Bart Verbruggen, I'm waiting on. Man United look to be front runners for him with maybe a loan deal back for a year or something.
I've seen Man United in for Verbruggen too. Yeah, that could be good.
That could be interesting. Other than that, not really got too much on the horizon, to be honest. Just kind of trying to lay low, really. And I try and avoid all sort of risky moves and stuff where possible. but a lot of it's inevitable, I guess, with the under-23s. But yeah, I'm more interested in like relegation teams and stuff and all that
Aye, that is fun to look at
situation.
now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, to be honest. I've got my Sam Greenwood's forward card, super rare for Leeds. I'm hoping they either he leaves / goes down with Leeds and kind of just smashes it up in the champ.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun,
That would be good,
really
eh?
fun. Yeah, I think the championship's so undervalued in that sense. Like when it comes around and you've got midweeks and weekends, and I don't know, it's just as long as like I had a lot of success with the Burnley boys, obviously last season or this season, I guess. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to emulate something similar, but it's guessing who's coming down and all that sort of stuff, isn't it? Right now.
Yeah, it was a wee bit of guesswork to be done, but again, with some of them, it's like, who's even going to stay and all that anyway as well. It's a
Yeah, of course, of
bit
course.
of a
There's
problem.
there's two sort of layers to each problem, I guess, with the relegated teams. Is yeah, one, are they getting relegated, and two, are they staying?
Yeah. Do you know what I could do, guys? We've got a wee bit of time to do this before the deadline. How about for the Road to Glory giveaway? We put the Etienne Vassin in my rare 220. And then whatever this wins, we give away for Road to Glory. Now, we need to shave off 38 points. We've got a very expensive midfield that's not going to play. So, if I can find better affordable midfielders quickly that will play, then we can make this happen. Now, Nemeka's a good one. Keaton Parks is a good one. I'm going to go for Nemeka first of all, because I think, yeah, I wanted him in a team this week. So let's go Nemeka. And then we need to shave off 31 points. Okay, so we need to drop, or we probably need to drop way too much actually to make this happen. Affordable only. No, it'd be nobody. So let's get rid of Tate then and change it to affordable only. It would only be, yeah, so maybe Chanot, we change him. Can we change Chanot? Pardon me, for somebody cheaper. She was 47, so we want to get a bit cheaper than 47. Somebody that will start. We don't have anyone really cheaper. Tavon Gray, I don't think will start. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that is as cheap as it gets, really, for me, is 47. 49 in midfield, yep. And then up front, let's get rid of Haksabanovic. Could we get anyone else in here? Castellanos at 48, Hebert at 46, Everaldo at 42. That works. Yeah, we could get Everaldo in. Let's just double check Everaldo. We've got the clock ticking against us, guys. Everaldo, is he going to keep on playing? Yeah, he gets subbed off in the last game. I thought that, by the way. He hasn't scored in a few. He's maybe been dropped for a game, so I'm nervous on picking him now. Hebert, is he on to play for Seattle? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. We always have to do something right at the deadline, don't we, Harry? Hebert is on to start for Seattle. That's good. So we can put Hebert in for 46. And then how many points do we have left over? 20. Jesus Christ. Vassin is just so expensive. This might not work, man. We don't have anyone. Raybigger? Ooh, I don't think he's been playing yet, has he? No, he's not back yet. Amundsen? Is Amundsen in the team for Columbus, I wonder? That could be cheat code. Where's Columbus? Columbus. Nah, no Amundsen yet. Oh, 50%. Ooh. I don't know if it's worth it, guys, is it? 50% Amundsen, is it worth it? So if we did that, 50% on Amundsen, how he's going to play, that would leave us with 72 points. We could really then upgrade the rest of this for this punt. This is a punt, guys. Let's dress the punt up a bit. Let's get Tate back on. And then 59 points. Can we get Moy back on? Yeah, let's get Moy back on. And then I think we could keep Nemeka, because Nemeka keeps the punt alive then. So Amundsen is the swap around then. What do we think? Is that better than the other one I had? 50-50 coin toss on the goalkeeper, on the defender. He'll probably come off the bench if he's 50-50. And then that makes me want to drop Nemeka, but for Haksabanovic, just to get the Celtic vibes on the go again. But it's Road to Glory, and we don't want it. It's not about Celtic vibes or Road to Glory. It's about winning. So let's see. The time's getting against me. Sorry, guys. But let's see. Who's the best guy we could maybe squeeze in here? It's not Aaron Moy. Maybe somebody else. It was using a training team or something. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, we've still got Castellanos. There we go. And Parks. Castellanos is in such good form. Let's put him in.
I think Castellanos is suspended.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or
Okay.
injured. No, he's in. He's something 100,000,000%. I saw it on Twitter.
Time's getting away from
100%.
me. Let me go and check Spain quickly. Oh, Jesus. I wish I had this brainwave earlier. Oh, Jesus. Ah, he's not playing. You're right. You are right, Harry boy. So, yeah, no Castellanos. Well, we can go get Hibbert or something. Somebody will score a goal. Let's go get Hibbert. Hibbert. I've went past him, haven't I? Yeah, Hibbert. Let's put him in. Awesome. And then I'm going to go fix an academy team. And we've got a Road to Glory team in now. That's beautiful, right? So we're going for Cap 220 Rare as Road to Glory giveaway time, guys. And we've got an unconfirmed team just to fill out. Let's put in, I guess, Andrade. And I guess Moy's a good shout to put in. There we go. Awesome. Just a bit cleaned up at the end there. Awesome. So we've managed to get some more teams out there. That's good fun. And we've got, how long to the deadline? A minute?
A minute or so. Yeah.
90 seconds to go. Awesome. So, yeah, I think my teams are all looking okay. I'm quite happy with how they're all lying and any last minute changes we've made there, which is quite cool. Academy teams are now all over the place in terms of on this tile board. I wish you could order these the way you wanted them to, like drag and drop them, you know. 220 super rare, yeah, whatever. We're not going to change that. Everything's cool. Yeah, Cunha's in, whatever. Everaldo, that's the training team. Yeah, that's fine. Everything's cool. Yeah, I'm quite happy with all these. I've got a bucket of teams out now. And then Cap 220 for the RTG with Rio Hatate. Loving it. Let's see. I'll close that poll. Everyone went for Cunha. Thanks very much, everyone, for your input. Thanks for helping me decide on that one. It means a lot. And yeah, we're about 90 seconds. Let me close that poll. We're almost at the deadline. There we go. Last minute. Oh, the closed poll thing is just rammed through. Sorry, guys. It's pure glitched in because it glitched on me. Sorry. But yeah, that was all good. I'm not too sure if the Matt O'Reilly did he accept the offer?
What?
It did. Yeah, the giveaway. Yeah, he did accept the offer. I was just wondering. I wonder if he got it in time. Aye, buzzing. Harry boy, ready for the game week? We're going to be locked in a wee minute. What you got? What are you going to be watching yourself? It's all Celtic and Rangers for me tomorrow. But now that we've done that, is there any games you weren't going to watch that you will watch, or what's your plans for the weekend?
I've got a big in real life game, Quinny. To be honest, mate.
Ooh, love it.
Yeah, so we've clinched promotion to the Welsh League following a result that went our way on Wednesday. So basically, we would have had to win tomorrow to go up, but it's done. So we're up. So we've got it was I'm not just saying it was an easy fixture anyway. Like we were gonna probably win it. Like they're literally bottom of the league. We're finishing second, so going up second in the league. But yeah, no, I've got a game at 2:30, so I'll be obviously playing in that, and then probably celebrating all evening. I think because I only joined the team like 9 games ago. Like I haven't been there long, but managed to clinch promotion with them, which is great. They haven't been in the Welsh League for a couple of years, like 10 years, I think.
So is that playing against T&Cs and all that next?
No, not that high. No, 2 leagues below that.
Oh, cool. Oh, so it's just getting it. Yeah, I'm with you. That's cool.
Yeah, so like they're in like the sort of they're in the sort of the
Welsh
conference
now.
Yeah, so it goes like Welsh Premier League, then it's got like it's called Aradal, which is like area in Welsh. So Aradal like south and north basically, and then we're in the one below that, which is like east and west effectively. Okay. So yeah, no, it'll be good. I don't know what I'm doing next season in terms of playing from. I'm sure I probably will if I'm still around. But yeah, no, it's been fun. And then we've got a cup final then on the 20th. So could be a double this season, promotion and a cup final win or cup win. But yeah, I'm just looking. I've got 2 Friday fixtures in my Cap 240 Super Rare.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, 5:30 and 7. So I was going to stream at 7. Just I got that tier 2 reward. So I was going to do a little 100th reward sort of stream and chat about the update and stuff. So I might do that for an hour. Well, I will do that for half an hour or so. But other than that, I'm just looking. So Forest play on Saturdays. Chelsea Forest is Saturday, but I'm going to miss that, which is a bit annoying. There's basically every other player plays on Sunday. So I think Sunday's going to be my day of obviously watching football. Reinders plays Sunday. Paxton Pomykal, obviously, sort of early hours Sunday. Barca Sunday. Porto Sunday as well. So for me, yeah, I'm a Sunday football viewer this week. When does Celtic play, did you say, mate? Sorry.
Celtic plays Saturday lunchtime, so okay. On the TV.
Oh, nice. So I'll watch that. Yeah, I'll watch that before footy. That'll be fun.
So that'll be good. And Mikey Basson is saying that you'll be playing round about his way next season, which sounds good.
Yeah, I don't know how far. I don't know if we get to mid Wales. I think it stops at like, I don't know, but yeah, we'd be on the cusp of that sort of area. Yeah, I don't know if we go that far. It depends. Basically, there's 2 leagues. I don't know which one we're going in yet. One's a bit more further in terms of distances traveled. The other one's like not. So yeah, we'll see which one we actually go into. But yeah, potentially, Mike, little meetup. But yeah, yeah, I'm excited for it. But yeah, you said lunchtime for the Celtic game. Definitely be watching that. Any other important sort of deadlines?
I'll catch the New York derby as well, and then I'll
Yeah.
probably catch the Madrid derby, Real Madrid versus Getafe. So I'll be derbied up this weekend. It is rivalry week, so it's all happening.
It seems like it is in La Liga as well, because we've got I guess
Barca
Getafe, Real Madrid, and Barca Espanyol. Yeah,
it's good day.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, good luck this game week, Harry. Good luck to everyone that joined us. Thanks, all you heroes. Good luck this game week. We all hope you're exactly 1 point behind us on the leaderboard, of course. Harry, pleasure as ever, mate.
Absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you for having me, and yeah, everyone in the chat. Massive good luck this weekend, and hope you get what you want.